At Straight Talk, we are all about no-brainers. Calling grandma for her recipe, no-brainer. Streaming one more episode at 2 a.m., big no-brainer. Getting real unlimited data where you buy bananas, the ultimate no-brainer. Switch now and get a free Samsung Galaxy A16 5G or Moto G Power 5G 2024 with select plans. Straight Talk, real unlimited data. Available at Walmart and straighttalk.com. Offer valid through 5/19/25. Taxes and fees apply. Requires in-store single line activation on qualifying plan. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com/terms. Copyright 2025 Verizon.
Businesses come in all shapes and sizes. Integrity doesn't. For more than a century, the Better Business Bureau has set the standards for how businesses should operate honestly and ethically. So when you're looking for a business you can trust, check to see who's BBB accredited and who isn't. Always choose the better business. Look for the BBB seal because it's looking out for you. That's why it's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Haven't been to the dentist in a while? Bender Dental Care in Elgin has a new patient welcome offer. Complete exam, regular cleaning, consultation, and x-rays for only $29. Okay, that bears repeating. A complete exam, regular cleaning, consultation, and x-rays for only $29. Bender Dental Care has a verified 5-star Google rating. It doesn't get any better than that. Family dentistry at its best. Bender Dental Care in Elgin.
Welcome to WRMN, your trusted voice in the Fox River Valley for over 75 years. We bring you fact-based news, good faith discussions, and entertainment that brings people together. From national headlines to local stories, WRMN is your home for thoughtful dialogue and community engagement. No matter the time of day, where you're listening from, or who you are always welcome here. Thanks for making us a part of your day. This is the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
The coffee's hot, the mics are on, and Fox River Valley is wide awake. It's the WRMN Morning Show with Marky B and Suzy C. News, nonsense, and everything in between. Marky keeps it sharp, Suzy keeps it real, and you never know what's coming next. So grab your coffee, crank up the volume, and let's do this.
I guess if I keep it sharp and you keep it real, it's going to be real sharp.
It's definitely going to be real sharp.
Real sharp.
Today's going to be real sharp.
We're going to stab you with it. It's 6:08 here at WRMN AM 1410, WRMN Radio on YouTube, Friday morning.
It's Friday.
Wow.
I know that's clapping in sign language, so I was just clapping. I didn't want to clap into the microphone and make noise. Like
that's clapping in sign language?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Huh.
I've got my hands up, like waving my fingers. That's clapping in sign language.
You should know because you should be watching on YouTube right now.
That's right.
We shouldn't have to explain that to you.
You should be watching on YouTube.
At WRMN Radio on YouTube. Welcome to a Friday show.
It's a big day.
Should be a fun day.
It's going to be a fun day, but it's a big day for you.
Yeah.
It's not really goodbye.
No.
It's see you soon.
See you soon.
Yeah. Well, you're not leaving forever and ever. Who knows what you're going to do?
I think the thing that I keep on saying is I'm keeping my email address.
Yeah, and your
that
office.
That must mean I'm still kind of official. I don't know.
And your office.
Yeah.
You're not cleaning out your office.
True.
So, yeah. So, it's a big day.
It's 6:09 here at WRMN, AM 1410, WRMN Radio on YouTube, and it's time to start the show like we always do.
Like we always do. Join us.
Pledge of Allegiance in 3, 2, and 1. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Play ball. That sounded pretty good. That was a rip.
That was a good one. That probably went way past third base.
I think you ripped that one into left center field. Are you a right-handed hitter?
Yeah, I'd be right-handed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah. I'm impressed myself. It's hard to do.
I'm going to give you a 10.
This early in the morning and like, whoa, okay.
A 10 on the bat crack. 10 past 6 here at WRMN on a Friday morning. It is the 122nd day of the year. It is the 18th week of the year, quarter number 2. And it's 5-2-2025. Some numerical symmetry there. 5-2-2025.
Oh, yeah.
Here in the year that we keep hope alive. Welcome to the show. It's, let's see. Oh, we start with the forecast. What's going on outside? We had a few raindrops.
It's kind of cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs out there right now.
I didn't know we had any rain in this forecast for this morning. Cecil Claus was here early, and he was going to camp his lawn chair out there.
Yeah, he's still here, isn't he?
Maybe he's under the awning on the other side or something. I don't know. Yeah, he's got to be around here somewhere. Cecil Claus came early. Trucker Dennis stopped by with some
Dennis
donuts.
Finally.
First time
on your last day.
My last day.
But you have to know, Trucker Dennis retired and then took, a 3-week vacation?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Trucker Dennis is roaming around. If you want to roam around, you can. You're welcome to stop by this morning and see us. And we'll keep an extra, instead of keeping the light on for you, we'll keep an extra microphone on for you.
Yeah, we want to hear some fun stories about Marky B.
If you want to jump in on the microphone while you're stopping by, you're welcome to. 12 past 6, 55 degrees right now. We have a slight chance of a shower, which I guess it happened.
It already happened. That was our slight chance.
Mostly cloudy today with a high of 62. Tonight, a 30% chance of showers in the evening, mostly cloudy with a low of 43. And then for your Saturday, a 30% chance of showers in the morning. Kind of just that pesky little shower that might pop up on us. Tomorrow's going to be kind of cool. Mostly cloudy with a high of only 54 on your Saturday. Tomorrow night down to 40, and on Sunday a 40% chance of showers. Still kind of on the cool side, mostly cloudy with a high of 57. So
yeah, today's the kind of day us curly-haired girls are not a fan of, because it's just enough to make your hair frizz.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just one of those.
But sometimes the kinky look is kind of hot. I like the kinky look.
Oh, thanks. Hey.
Yeah, I do.
But yeah, some days you're just like, okay, I'm going to be extra curly. Is there going to be room in this room for me and my hair?
It's going to keep growing.
It does.
It's going to be like a chia
and
pet.
It does. Ask my friend Lena. We joke about it all the time.
Yeah. 6:13. I guess the rain has stopped because here comes the chair back out from Cecil Claus.
Oh, the chair, yep.
Cecil Claus with an interesting look. Long socks, shorts, and a Kiss t-shirt.
Yeah. Rock and roll, baby.
Gonna rock and roll all night. Party every day.
Compression socks and a Kiss. That's our future. That's our future.
Yeah. Friday. Let's see what's happening on the show today. The usual. We'll cover the news. Interesting news to cover, including the weird way that things came to an end for the owner of the Butcher on the Block in East Dundee.
So sad. And I have a Rain Man question for you.
You do?
Yeah. Let me know when your brain is fired up enough.
Oh, okay.
I could do it now.
Okay.
Okay, so there was an overturned truck that had $800,000 worth of dimes.
It's a lot of dimes.
That spilled all over the highway. So you tell me, Rain Man, how many dimes is that?
$800,000?
$800,000 worth of dimes.
That would be like $8,000 maybe?
No, how many dimes?
Oh.
It was $800,000
worth of
dimes. And you're so good with numbers that I've been storing that to see how many dimes that would be.
Gosh, I feel like I'm on the spot here.
You are. You are on the spot.
$8 billion.
There we go. Done. Perfect. Whether it's
Am I right?
I don't
Oh.
know. I'll have to pull out my quackalator.
There's South
Quackalator.
Elgin Santa. Rolling
South
by.
Elgin Santa. Ho, ho, ho.
Put him on the honker's log.
Yes.
This is the 1,280th show.
Oh.
ACB.
ACB.
And we'll see if it counts up from here. But that's where we stand right now. 79 staff meetings so far this year. And the 45th show ASB
Whoop, whoop.
after Suzy began, week number 9.
Hector and Boom Boom are not the only ones in the house raising the roof. I'm boom booming over here too.
Yeah. We start today at 9,661 prayers on the prayer scoreboard. So we'll cover some news this morning, whatever news. They've lowered the weight of the trucks that are allowed to go over the Chicago Street Bridge. They must be worried about the bridge. It worries me a little bit.
It said they had to decrease the weight because of the structure not being sound. But to me, I would be like, maybe we should fix the bridge and not lower weights. Like
they're gonna fix it. They're gonna replace it, but it's not quite
it's only
time
like
yet.
23. How many? What did it bring it down to? Like 23,000 pounds.
29 tons.
29 tons. Yeah. Okay.
It's an 86-year-old bridge. And one thing that scared me, what was the word in this article that kind of scared me? It is functionally obsolete.
You know what?
Functionally obsolete bridge.
I feel that same way some mornings that I am functionally obsolete.
So we got a couple of functionally obsolete bridges around downtown Elgin. Go over them at your own risk. No, it should be fine. So we'll cover that story. There's a big firefighter memorial event this weekend in Elgin. It's a really nice event. I want to tell you about that with First Shift 411 in the next hour. And so we'll do some First Shift 411, and we'll take your calls and comments throughout the morning as well. You can reach us on the telephone at 847-931-1410. 847-931-1410.
What were you looking for?
My seating pad.
Oh.
I don't want this to be the second straight day I'm not sitting on my pad.
Okay. You might get piles.
Not my heating. Yeah, I might get piles. Not my heating pad, but my seating pad. I wish it was a heating pad. That'd be kind of cool. It is 6:17.
Little toasted buns.
Yeah.
That was your dancer name back in 82, wasn't it?
It was.
Toasted buns.
Toasted buns. When I was a male stripper. Where was I? You threw my thought process off. Oh, yeah. 847-931-1410. The Image 360 information line is 505-926-1410. And our YouTube feed, which is up and running. We're tubing this morning, and I'm opening up my chat room right now.
And Wendy and the Bobs, try again, because the chat line is working. We're getting chats. So try again, sister.
Did she say our chat room was functionally obsolete?
It's functionally obsolete.
No, it's working. Bob, by the way, Bob Sr. Went by in his big old blue truck a short time ago. He's on the honker's log this morning. Good morning, Bob. And we'll get to all the comments on YouTube as well. We'll have music, milestones, memories, and madness. We'll have Jake's one more time.
All right.
Jake's will be in a little while to join us in the 7 o'clock hour. Enjoy this last show together as it currently stands. And then, let's see, Tim Calderwood at 8:40 this morning to talk sports.
And the show will go on.
The show will go on.
Will go on. Tune in Monday to see what happens.
Yeah, Suzy C will be leading the way, and we'll
I'll be here.
We'll see who the co-host is. It's a mystery. It's a mystery and a surprise.
Yes.
And 9 o'clock this morning, Chief Anna Lally's got Fridays with the Finest. And after that, we've got Steve Thorne and his show, the Senior Community Spotlight Show. He and I have worked together many, many times over the years. We'll have fun for another half hour this morning. That's all coming up on this Friday show. It's 6:19. It is the 2nd of May, and it's WRMN AM 1410 and WRMN Radio on YouTube. Happy Friday.
Friday.
If you turned 65 recently like me, it's important you find a Medicare Advantage plan that gives you the coverage you're looking for. But finding one can be difficult. The best thing I did, and I suggest you do the same, is call a licensed insurance agent. and let them walk you through your Medicare Advantage plan options. There are so many benefits you have access to, so make the call now and let the representatives explain everything to you. Our licensed insurance agents can offer you a variety of Medicare Advantage plans. Plus, the call is free, the information is free, and there's no obligation to enroll. We're here to make it easy for you to select a Medicare Advantage plan that may work for your needs. Finding a Medicare Advantage plan can be easy if you do what I did. Make a quick call right now to learn more. Thank you.
800-433-3082. 800-433-3082. 800-433-3082. That's 800-433-3082.
Want to know what the shepherds did after they visited the Christ child? To read the short novel, The Good Shepherds, a Christmas combat story by Michael Tooman. Available on Amazon in hardcover, paperback, and Kindle editions. Check out Michael Tooman's webpage at Silink.net. That is PSYLINK.net. Papa Sierra Yankee, Lima India November Kilo, November Echo Tango.
It's always exciting to hear Elgin business owners like Tanner Melvin of Side Street Studios share positivity about the local community.
Elgin is on its way, and it has been, and sometimes, we got set back, the pandemic, and it's been rough. Everyone has felt it in so many different ways. What we're trying to do is a lot of hand-holding and shoulder rubbing and being like, it's okay. Mm-hmm. We're trying to get this town a lot more money. We're very lucky to live in this community right now. There's nothing like this around here.
Feel the positive power of the first shift with me, Marky B, weekday mornings on WRMN.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. My grandpa Lou is the reason why my dad and I started racing, and I'm really proud to follow in his tracks. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. I've learned a lot on this journey with my grandpa Lou, and the memories of my grandpa will always be with me. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Talking about Alzheimer's can be really tough. But if you notice something, have a conversation with your loved one. Encourage them to see a doctor or offer to go with them. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. The Alzheimer's Association provides care, support, and research to help you take control of the situation with your family and manage the disease together. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together. Visit alz.org/time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
6:22 on a Friday show. Here on the 2nd of May, it rained for about a minute. And it stopped. So now the sidewalk's back dry again. Chilly outside. It's going to be kind of a chilly weekend. 54 tomorrow, 57 on Sunday. Today we're going to get to 62, so nothing special this weekend weather-wise.
What do you got going this weekend?
That's a good question. I think tonight we're going to take our camper over to our little spot that's been given to us over at the Paul Wolf Campground.
Yeah, get it all set up and ready for the summer.
Yeah. We're lucky enough to be able to leave our camper at the Paul Wolf Campground this summer because Lorena's going to be working there a couple of days a week, and that's one of the perks of the job.
That's fantastic.
A cool perk.
That's a great perk.
Yeah. So that'll be fun. Automatic built-in camping for us anytime we want for the next few months. Then tomorrow, I think, even though I haven't heard from the Master of Ceremonies League President lady yet, I'm supposed to be the Master of Ceremonies for the Elgin National Little League season getting started over at Wing Park tomorrow.
Do you need someone to make the crack of the bat sound for you?
Yes. You're on a roll today.
I have. What's your noise? We haven't heard yours yet.
How about that, Hector? I'm glad you reminded me. I already forgot about my new gimmick.
Your new. Are you going to do that like just out now? You'll just be out somewhere in the middle of dinner. Make that noise.
Yeah.
I think you should.
People
think you have Tourette's.
When I do that?
Yeah. Well, if they don't, you're not doing it on the show, you're just doing it out randomly, people might think you have Tourette's.
I always notice when Michael Jackson did it in his songs.
Yeah.
And I'm like, is that a special effect he does on purpose? It is. I think it was.
Yeah.
And I notice that Rick Lindy kind of does it when he is.
He's got a little something that goes on.
Yeah, Rick Lindy from Rick Lindy and the Wild Ones, who's been on the show before and many times, a great guy and great music his band plays. 624 here at WRMN. So No Nickname John is first up on YouTube today. I see nothing.
You didn't look?
I'm not looking.
Don't look. I didn't look either. I never do. I just see his name and go, not looking.
So we're ignoring you, No Nickname John. Ignoring you for now. So that leads us to Hector, who checks in, says, good morning, Mark, Suzy C, and the first shifters from Hector, Ninny Rose, Jeremiah, Uncle Boom Boom, in the house.
In the house.
Sending us 3 prayers and 3 American flags. Oh, wait, no. 3 thumbs up.
Ooh, good hydration today.
Not too bad.
Yeah.
I didn't even crack my water over here yet.
Hey.
Big Boss Man checks in, says, good morning, Marky B and Suzy C. Have a good day and good weekend from the Big Boss Man, who sends us a pile of prayers. The Construction Man checks in this morning. That sounds too low, with a bunch of prayers. And so does Hector with a bunch of prayers. And Becky Blue sent me a nice message yesterday afternoon telling me that she's going to miss me. And she sent me one more ray of sunshine via text message. Said everybody can always use a little more sunshine.
That's right. Love Miss Becky Blue.
Thanks for checking in, Becky Blue. Captain Keith, one of the originals. First Shift Sherry.
He's an OG. The OG.
What does that mean?
That's like the old gangsta.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
When we first started Facebook, Captain Keith started appearing. He was always first. That's why I called him Captain. He was always the first person on Facebook every day. Captain Keith, senior engineer, Elgin High, class of 1978, back when life was great. I was 8.
And I was not.
Yeah. Take care, Mark. Maybe see you at a car show this year, says Captain Keith. And the Sultan of South Elgin, my friend South Elgin Chris, checks in. Says, good morning, Mark, and the WRMN shifters for the final time, for now. Mark, you created a community and saved a radio station and have been part of my morning routine for 7+ years. Thank you. Thank you for all your support over the years, South Elgin Chris. And he always let me know about when local baseball was going on over at South Elgin High School. He's a huge baseball guy. And he actually sent me a message last night about Judson University baseball.
Oh.
And what did he say? I think they're playing well. Let's see. Judson baseball won the regular season championship. And I think he's one of the assistant coaches over there still. We won round 1 of the conference tournament.
Very cool.
We play semifinal game tomorrow. Just sharing. My friend, he says last night. So is Judson playing at home today? Sultan of South Elgin? And if they are, what time? Maybe a few Elginites want to cruise on over and watch what appears to have become a pretty good Judson baseball team. Our new friend, Mary Kay Welson from Burlington, checks in this morning.
Yep.
And says, wishing you all the best, Marky B. Thank you, Mary Kay. I'm sure we'll be crossing paths in the future. 627 here at WRMN. And what picture was sent? Who sent that picture? Oh, Carol with a K, maybe? Yeah. That I wanted to show you early this morning on our WRMN Image 360 information line.
Yeah, what a great picture.
One of our lunches that we had that George organized. That's why Genius George is in the middle of that picture. Carol Kay with her fancy hat on the left. We have Downtown Jose. Joel by the Riverside back there. He passed away recently.
Aw.
But he's at that lunch next to me and Larry Jones, Wild and Wacky Jeff Myers, Dino. We have sidekick Susan, Sherry Aschenbrenner in the front there. Good old Bob sitting in the middle in the front by the table. And Becky Blue's in there. And so is Carrie, our great friend from over at Arcades. 628 here at WRMN AM 1410 and WRMN Radio on YouTube. Sometimes when I think about Genius George, I'm not sure why, but this song comes to mind. This song that will take us into the 6:30 break. It's the Bellamy Brothers. I think one time he called in and said he really loves this song. Let your love flow. Let's let our love flow together on a Friday morning.
There's a reason for the sunshine sky, and there's a reason why I'm feeling so high. Must be the season when that love light shines all around us. So let that feeling grab you deep inside and send you reeling where your love can't hide, and then go stealing dance with your lover. Just let your love flow like a mountain stream, and let your love grow with the smallest of dreams, and let your love show, and you'll know what I mean. It's the season. Let your love fly like a bird on a wing, and let your love bind you to all living things, and let your love...
With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Kernan. Brought to you by Cintas. DuPage County is recovering from a ransomware attack that disrupted computer systems in the sheriff's office, circuit clerk's office, and the courthouse. Officials say essential government services remain operational thanks to emergency planning. While the county has not disclosed whether any sensitive data was compromised, the incident is undergoing an investigation by federal authorities. Elgin's annual 4th of July parade is set a return for this year, beginning at 9 a.m. on the 4th of July at Douglas and Slade Avenues, winding through downtown before wrapping up at Douglas and Highland near City Hall. Pause for a Cause Vet Care, formerly Spay, Illinois, has moved to Lisle and a newly expanded 16,000 square foot facility at 1620 Bond Street in Naperville. The clinic dedicated to affordable pet care will host a grand opening and ribbon cutting with the Naperville Area Chamber of Commerce on May 15th. With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Kernan.
It's Macy's Friends and Family Sale. Hurry in for insider deals on must-have spring styles from your favorite brands, like an extra 30% off new dresses, handbags, and accessories from Karl Lagerfeld Paris, Donna Karan New York, Avec La Fille, and more. Plus, get 15% off fragrances, beauty, and skincare, too. It's not only the best time to shop for yourself, it's also the best time to shop early for Mother's Day. Don't miss Friends and Family, and Sunday at Macy's. Savings off regular and already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
Are you a small business owner who needs immediate cash flow? At Swish Funding, we have flexible funding options from $25,000 to $2 million. For the best rates and terms for your business, just one application to Swish Funding gives you access to our entire network of funders, with cash in your account in as little as 24 hours. To qualify, you must be in business for at least 1 year with monthly revenue of $50,000. Apply at swishradio.com and use code RADIO. Swishradio.com, code RADIO.
Are you dreaming of a getaway? Want to leave the stress of daily life behind? Whether it's a relaxing cruise or an adventurous land escape, planning the perfect vacation doesn't have to be a hassle. At Cruises International, they specialize in vacation destinations, land and sea, making your dreams come true. Located at 1721 Moon Lake Boulevard in Hoffman Estates, Cruises International isn't just about booking travel. They're your personal concierge, trusted travel advisor, and advocate. Your preferences are unique, and they'll take the time to understand exactly what you're looking for. From personalized service to their global network of specialists, they ensure that your vacation is tailor-made just for you. It's time to plan the vacation of a lifetime. Call 800-255-7447. That's 800-255-7447 today and speak to a cruise and vacation expert. Cruises International. It's time to set sail to your dream destination.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. Today, mostly cloudy with a high near 62 and a slight chance of rain showers. This afternoon, temperatures falling to around 58. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a low around 43 and a chance of rain showers. Looking ahead to tomorrow, mostly cloudy with a high near 54. Currently, it is 53 with fog. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Progressive knows there are some surprisingly expensive things in life, like frames. Because you found a classic 70s concert poster. But when you went to get it framed, you realized the frame will cost about 4 times the amount of the poster. Which is actually absurd because no one will be looking at the frame, and if they are, then you severely overestimated how cool this poster is. But then you remember by switching your home and auto to Progressive, you could save hundreds and put it towards a classic 70s concert poster in an absurdly overpriced frame. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Still here, still talking, still way too awake for this hour. It's the WRMN Morning Show. Let's go.
Did you get all the crumbs off your shirt?
I did. I did. I was like, are there any on my face? Like, Trucker Dennis was kind enough to bring in donuts, as you can see my plate sitting here. I thought I had it off camera view, but apparently I don't. So
what are these sticky donuts called that I'm eating? I don't even know.
I think yours is like a French cruller. And then I have a glazed donut.
Good old glaze, keeping it simple, glazed donut.
Delicious, perfect.
6:34.
And thank you, Trucker Dennis. Thank you so much.
Good to see you, Trucker Dennis. His first time to the radio station.
I know. I was very excited to hear he was here.
Yeah.
He said he was going to try to stop and see me last night at Newman's, but he got busy. But we had a house full. I saw Mary Kay Welson.
Yeah.
Mike Reed came in. Jimmy Vaselli. Mike Reed was sworn in last night.
Oh, nice.
Aaron Kelly came in. As a matter of fact, Mike Reed, can you text me Jimmy Vaselli's phone number? He was supposed to give it to me last night. And I want to thank him personally for his wonderful and generous tip last night. So, yeah, you guys were a blast. You were so much fun to have in. But, Jimmy was supposed to give me his number, and he forgot.
I have it.
Oh, do you? Okay, good. I can get it from you.
Mike Reed, well, congratulations on the beginning of another term.
Yeah.
For Mike Reed as the leader of Hampshire.
4 more years.
Yeah. Unopposed, and same for Mary Kay, right? She's starting another term out in Burlington.
Yeah.
So that's good. It's 6:35. One of the things I didn't mention in the first half hour was bringing up the Suzy Q of the day today, and you decided because it's the last day for me, for at least for now, that we would kind of just focus it on the morning show over the years.
And I completely forgot to send it to the Image 360, but I'm going to send it right now.
Okay.
But for this morning's Suzy Q of the day, what are some of your fondest memories of the morning show with Marky B? Let's hear them.
Fondest memories of this show over the years.
Something fun. Whether it was in studio, out of studio, let's hear something fun. What was one of your favorite memories?
Well, I think the Spaghetti Paloozas that we had together as a first shift were fun. I think the Camp-Palooza that we had the one time where we camped over at the Paul Wolf Campground and we had a little daytime party out there, and a lot of first shifters showed up.
How fun.
Here in the studio, it's hard to limit it to one time. I'd have to give that some more thought. I'm sure some memories will pop up as the morning unfolds. But yeah, call in anything you want to talk about that you want to remember, or big stories that we covered over the years, or just things as they've evolved. The first, yesterday, I was thinking about this yesterday. May 1st was yesterday. May 1st, 2017 was the first day that we were in this studio.
Really?
Doing a show.
2017.
Yeah, so it was 8 years ago yesterday. 8 years already since we actually moved down here and did our first morning show. And before that, the first several months that I worked here, we were still doing the show upstairs. In the dungeon, as I called it.
And now it's the Boseum?
The Boseum, yeah. I haven't seen Tom here lately. Wizzo Tom. Hopefully everything's coming along at the Boseum okay. 6:37 here at WRMN. So if you want to call the show today and be a part of it, 847-931-1410. Drop us a line on YouTube at WRMN Radio on YouTube. We'll keep on scanning the comments throughout the morning show today.
Yeah. Mary Kay just said she gets sworn in on Monday. So that's exciting.
Yeah. Yeah, congratulations on your swearing this coming Monday. They don't actually cuss when they swear you in. It's a nice thing.
No, they don't actually cuss.
You're effing in for another 4 effing years. Welcome back. 6:38 here at WRMN. Some news stories. Crazy. You were the one who, I was busy all day yesterday, didn't really follow the news till late in the afternoon. And you asked me if I'd seen this story about something. You were already here. Were you already here when we talked about when this actually happened?
With the
February the 24th? No. Yeah.
No, I was not here.
You weren't here yet.
No.
Okay. Well, we certainly covered it. An East Dundee man who many people that listen to this show know or knew because once upon a time, Butcher on the Block was on the radio shopping show.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah. And Matt's dad, Gary McNeil, went to high school with this gentleman, Tom Eucas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. An East Dundee man, Tom Eucas, who many loved. He served in the community. He was a well-known guy, and everybody seemed to like him. I never met him, but he was killed back in February after being struck by 3 cars on Route 31. It was a bizarre. When we all heard about it, we were like, what?
Yeah, why was he out at like 6 a.m. walking in the dark in dark clothes? It just, the whole story was so off.
Yeah. It turns out it takes a while for the blood alcohol results to come back.
Yeah, autopsies, anything they want to have done.
Yeah. He had a blood alcohol content nearly 4 times over the legal intoxication level. That's kind of hard to do. That's kind of hard to do.
4 times is insane. That is so much alcohol. And what he was drinking, I don't know, but 4 times to still be at 4 times at 6 a.m. He had to have just been drinking almost up until then.
Yeah.
Or it was higher and coming down. I mean, I'm just speculating, but 4 times is terrifying.
You got to be doing some. You have to be doing some major shots or something, don't you? You can't get that high. You can't get your blood alcohol level that high by drinking 20 beers, let's say.
And most people would. First of all, the fact that he could walk.
Yeah.
The second of all, most people at 4 times the legal limit will lose control of their bodily functions. An average person, and some of us would die.
I'd just pass out somewhere along the way, I think. I don't think I can make it to 0.29, 0.30 almost.
Yeah.
69 years old, great guy from all, everybody, what they said about him. A longtime owner of Butcher on the Block meat shop in Lake in the Hills. Walking in the roadway near Miller Road in Dundee Township about 6 o'clock in the morning, back on February the 24th, when he was hit by 3 different cars, kind of simultaneously. The deceased's toxicology report came back at an ethanol level of 298, according to Kane County Undersheriff Amy Johnson. When converted to a blood alcohol content, that translates to 0.298, which basically 0.3. The legal BAC limit to drive in Illinois is 0.08 or less. He wasn't driving, at least yet. He never got to his car if that's where he was trying to go. Someone with a BAC level of 0.15 to 0.30 could experience confusion, vomiting, drowsiness, or all of that. According to information on the Cleveland Clinic website, anything that exceeds that amount could result in loss of consciousness and alcohol poisoning, and that could be fatal.
Yeah.
Toxicology tests are done routinely during autopsies. It can take several weeks for results to be completed and returned, and that's why I guess we're just now finding out about this. On the day that he died, Eucas was wearing dark clothing. He was walking in the southbound lanes of Route 31. The drivers of 3 vehicles that struck him stopped. They all stopped.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like they felt like it was their fault. It wasn't any kind of hit and run sort of situation. And they called 911. No other details as to what happened or why Eucas might have been in the roadway have been released by the sheriff's office. Gloria Casas of the Courier News, I guess, is the one who wrote this story. And she was told by the Kane County Sheriff's Office that a Freedom of Information request would have to be submitted before they would consider providing more information on the case. So I don't know if there's more information.
Well, I just think it's that if he was drinking alone, that's one thing. But if he was drinking with friends, where were his friends or his people? Like, I mean, that's a heck of a party to do on your own.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, you wonder. I mean, I
wonder what his state of mind was.
Don't know the guy at all, so total speculation.
Right. Just wonder what his state of mind was, because that's a lot of alcohol.
No one knows what goes on behind closed doors, and maybe the guy was having some issues.
Yeah, who knows?
And was depressed or something.
Yeah, who knows?
Or mad. He was born in Chicago, but he grew up in Sleepy Hollow, and he graduated from Dundee Community High School in Carpentersville back in 1973. He had been a butcher and a meat cutter by profession for 50 years. Everybody loved his shop, from what I hear.
Mm-hmm.
And he and his wife, Jill, own the Lake in the Hills Butcher Shop for the last 25 years. So,
wow. Sad. Yeah, very sad.
Sad. Anna the Chairman, Director of Foreign Affairs, kissing me goodbye from the window this morning. She's going walking. Cecil Claus and Gina and Jake's just got here. They're kind of hanging out under the covered area.
What are we trying to say?
I don't even know what we call that over there.
What is that thing called? What are we?
I don't know.
Why are we? Okay, we're both drawing a blank. The awning.
No.
Well, we'll call it an awning.
Okay.
Okay.
Because we have a little light rain falling in the area this morning.
Misty.
Yeah. So thanks everybody for stopping by today. 6:44 here at WRMN. The other story we mentioned in the last half hour was the story I saw about the Chicago Street Bridge, right around the corner from here on the radio station. Elgin story. The weight limit for vehicles using the Chicago Street Bridge in Elgin has been lowered again following the most recent inspection done by the Illinois Department of Transportation. What had once been a 40-ton limit for the span for the bridge is now down to 29 tons as the city gears up to replace the 86-year-old bridge. And this is going to happen in 2027.
Oh, 2 years. Well, Who is it? Wild Tree? Linda?
Yeah.
Says if you look, you will see a crack running along the middle of the bridge on Chicago Street. Okay.
A crack along the middle of the bridge?
A crack along the middle.
So, well, I hope it's okay.
Godspeed, everyone. Godspeed.
Don't drive a really, really heavy truck over that bridge. But most trucks, 29 pounds is a heavy, heavy truck.
29 pounds?
29 tons.
It's a little itty bitty,
29 pounds, that's a bicycle.
And even that's a really heavy bicycle.
Yeah.
Not one of those titanium or fast moving.
Let's see. Even at that limit, everything other than heavy trucks, school buses, garbage trucks, fire engines, box trucks, should still not have a problem.
Should still
No,
not.
I said that.
Oh, okay.
It says
I
will.
thought you were reading. I'm like, wait, what do you mean should not have a problem? Okay, I got a little scared there.
It says will. Doesn't say it in all caps. Doesn't say it in all caps, but it does say will not have a problem using the structure. I shouldn't have said should.
I just looked
You're probably
going to
be all right.
It really says. It could be.
Drive really fast. If it starts to collapse, you're probably going to make it to the other side.
Oh, pedal to the metal. Let's go.
The Chicago Street Bridge was built back in 1939. It is a 4-span continuous concrete T-beam bridge, whatever that means, that's gone through several rehabs over the years. In the most recent inspection done last February, one of the reinforced concrete beam spans showed slightly advanced deterioration. Slightly
at 85.
You should be okay.
At 85, slightly. Wait, so they saw this last year. So let's go. That's 2004. And they're going to repair it in 2024, and now they're going to repair it in 2027.
Takes time.
Okay.
You can't just whip up a new bridge.
Well, especially when the T-beam is slightly deteriorating.
Slightly.
And you should be okay.
Those were my words.
I know, but it just the look on my face when you said that, because I actually thought that's what it said. I was like, wait, what?
You should be okay. Elgin Fire Department's heaviest unit is just under the cutoff point at 28 tons, meaning even the heaviest unit should be. No, I said that. It won't need to find alternate routes when answering calls. The Chicago Street Bridge was built in 1939. It's, I already read that part. The bridge carries about 4,500 vehicles a day and is inspected every 2 to 4 years. As part of the Phase 1, hey, it's Redwood John stopping by. As part of the Phase 1 design process, an inspection was done in 2024. The evaluation found the bridge is structurally and functionally obsolete, much like ourselves. Preliminary engineering for the new bridge is expected to be complete by the fall, after which it will be reviewed and approved by IDOT, and final design work should be done by early 2027, with construction starting later that year.
So do we trust the formula they had to use to figure it out? Because obviously they're not driving, anything over 29 tons over the bridge. So do we trust the formula and go, yeah, okay, they say it's okay? And how do they come up with 28 tons?
29 tons? Yeah.
29, yeah. I'm just saying, do we actually trust the formula they used?
They kept going around in circles. They were like, all right, let's try 21 ton, 22 ton, 23. Everything's fine. When they got to 29, it was like started to shake a little bit. And they're like,
And they said, oh, you should be fine. You should be fine. Let's just not go any farther. We're good.
Elgin also needs to replace the Kimball Street Bridge, by the way. So Chicago Street's not the only issue. Preliminary engineering is underway, but construction will not begin until after the new Chicago Street Bridge is built. They can only do one bridge at a time. We got to keep one open.
Got to keep one open.
So it's going to be interesting.
That pesky thing called a river. That pesky thing you got to get over.
Yeah. The Kimball Street Bridge has also been found to be structurally and functionally obsolete. I love that terminology.
I do too.
But it's safe to use. You should be fine.
You should be fine.
6:50 here at WRMN. We have a phone call, 847-931-1410. And just wear your life jacket. Just in case. Just in case. Keep a life jacket in your vehicle. Let's take a phone call, 847-931-1410. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
You just stole my comment.
I did? That's because I should be a Radio Hall of Famer, James.
Well, we tried, buddy.
I know. I failed.
Well, you know, I was gonna mention that they should have put that in that notice that people should wear a life jacket while they're crossing that bridge. But you stole my comment.
Yeah.
You know, listen. I only wanted to call in on your last day. I felt compelled to do it, and I sent you a couple of photos on your phone.
You did? Okay.
From Palooza 22.
Oh, cool. I will forward those to the Image 360 line, and we'll take a look at them.
Well, yeah, you can do that. There's one there. I sent you 3 clips. There's one with us, my wife and I, and you, and then Larry Jones. And there's another one where I'm raising a glass to you, so you may not want to post that one. But
it's okay. It's no secret.
But yeah. Anyway, listen. Again, I'll repeat myself, and I won't. I guess I won't be able to use that line anymore, and that's the rest of the story. But the rest of the story would be that you are a Hall of Famer in the hearts and minds of a lot of listeners, buddy.
Well, thank you, buddy.
And we'll be talking in the future.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said yesterday, we all have each other's phone numbers now, so we can keep in touch. And when you come around, let us know, and keep listening to the show.
All right, partner. Take care.
All right, man.
Bye
Thanks
now.
for calling.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
James checking in, 6:52. He has sent a couple of pictures. I'll forward those as soon as I get a chance, and we'll take a look at some pictures. If you have any pictures from over the years, maybe from Spaghetti Palooza or I don't know, when we've been together at some point, send them to our Image 360 information line. We'll take a trip through memory lane.
Yeah, we've got some good ones on the YouTube. Remember, I'm going from the... some comments.
Oh.
Some great comments.
I haven't seen them yet because I go from top down.
Right, and I go bottom up.
Yeah. Top down, and I'll say good morning to Linda Carter one more time. Linda Carter, Linda Carter, Linda Carter. Oosh! Hold on, one more time. Oosh!
There we go.
There you go.
Yeah, Wendy says, Mark, the Spaghetti Palooza and the first shifters got together with their dish to pass and camping together. They haven't camped since.
Really?
Yeah.
You guys haven't camped since?
And Hector says, best memories of the morning show with Mark is waking up every morning and listening to the show. What a blessing, and family meeting him with my mom, Ninny Rose. You will be missed, brother.
Well, it was, it's fun hanging out with you at the car shows. American Legion on May 14th. First car show of the year. You and Ninny Rose going to be there? Yeah, well, they've been the first family. I've been calling them the first family of first shifters because we've had a lot of listeners come from that family alone every day. What are some of the fondest memories of the morning show? With me and with Jakes and with Larry Jones and now with Suzy C and, all the different cast of characters who have come in here over the years. Give us a call and let us know at 847-931-1410 throughout the morning show today. Thanks for checking in, Wendy. Trucker Dennis has been hanging out this morning.
Finally got to meet him in person.
And he says, yes, I finally did make it to the station. Mark, folks will miss you on the radio. Thank you, Trucker Dennis. Good to see you this morning, and we will sing together one Monday night over at the Elgin American Legion.
I want video.
We'll send in video.
Okay, good.
Will you use it on the morning show?
Absolutely.
Okay. 6:54 here at WRMN. And let's see. George, Genius George, says, Mark, I would call in, but I'm at the hospital for treatment this morning.
Sorry, George.
Well, yeah, I really wanted to hear from you this morning, George, but we'll chat, and I'm sorry I didn't call you back yesterday, George, but we'll talk over the weekend. It's so hard saying goodbye. It's hard saying goodbye to the things that we've held dear for weeks, months, and years.
Aww.
Says George, and George has been such a huge part of it.
I love Genius George.
He's the one who brought us all together for Spaghetti Palooza. He's the one who invented the concept of Back the Blue and America's First Responders Fest.
Really?
He's the one that
very cool.
Back in the first year, called in and said, you know what? The morale of police departments is low, and police are taking a beating, and this is not right, and we should do something for them.
Agreed.
George said it. I said, let's do it. And we did it.
And you're doing it again this year.
Yeah, it was Back to Blue for the first couple of years, and then it became a little more widespread.
Yeah.
With America's First Responders Fest. 6:55 here at WRMN. So I'm proud of that for sure.
Yeah. Dad and son do it all. Northwest says, it's not goodbye, it's see you later. Appreciate all the fun and good times you brought to our mornings. Looking forward to our morning stops with Suzy moving forward. Thank you so much for that. I love the support. I appreciate you all so much.
Yeah. That's a good way of putting it, Northwest West. We have a couple of minutes here before we hit the top of the hour break. And we have 2 phone calls, so we'll do the best we can here to try to squeeze them in. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, Skibby.
Good morning.
Who's this?
Hi, Gibby.
Gibby. It's Gibby.
Hi, Gibby.
Hi, Gibby.
Hi. My favorite memory would be the cold case. That was just absolutely fascinating.
Wasn't that great?
It ain't going nowhere.
I can't wait for the next one.
Yeah, I know. But if I could go back to yesterday, I would like to go back to 1981, my senior year in high school, so I can confront my history teacher who told me that I would never amount to anything. I would get in his face and tell him he was right.
That's not where I thought that was going.
Well, yes, I just thought I'd give you a giggle.
Oh, I love it.
Mark.
Thanks, Gibby. Thanks for calling, man.
Keep listening, man. I love hearing from you.
Okay, goodbye.
Okay, bye.
Take care.
Gibby.
Gibby calling in. And let's see, less than 2 minutes. Jeff Myers knows what that's all about. He has always had to time himself on the radio, so not much time here, but we got the wild and wacky Jeff Myers checking in. Hi, Jeff.
The first I heard I'm wild and wacky.
Good morning.
That's the way I always call you, Jeff.
Kids.
You sound wild and wacky.
I appreciate that reference. I like that a lot. Hey, I just appreciated all your great efforts. I believe the morning show in radio is the toughest gig in show business. You have to be up, ready to go, and handle a lot of different things, so you kids do that quite well.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Jeff Myers.
I really appreciate your abilities.
I know you know, and I know you. Jeff Myers is an Elgin staple.
He's got a great radio voice.
I used to be on WRMN. He's done a lot of sports.
Oh, you know why? You could tell he's got a great radio voice.
He's an Elgin radio broadcasting legend.
Oh.
So to get a call from Jeff Myers is
a legend. I love it.
It's special. Yeah, thank you, Jeff.
I did the afternoon show for many years in the 90s. We continue to do sports for you kids, play-by-play occasionally. But, no, it's always a great honor to be on WRMN. And you represented the station so well over the years in a very entertaining way.
Well, you can always come in. Come in and sit with me and my mystery partner.
I appreciate that invite. I love show business. That's why they call me wild and wacky. But no, what are your future plans? Are you staying with the station in some capacity?
I mean, yeah, we don't know what capacity yet, but I'm still going to be a part of the radio station.
Wonderful.
We're going to see how things figure. We're going to let things figure themselves out.
He says he still has his email address and he's not emptying out his office.
Still have my email address. So, thank you, Jeff.
Later in the morning, so that's it. I know we're running out of time, but again, appreciate all your great efforts. You've represented the radio station very well over the years.
Thank you, buddy. I'll talk to you soon.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Jeff Myers checking in, the wild and wacky Jeff Myers. We were into the break on the radio. We'll take the break here on YouTube for the top of the hour. Phone calls are welcome in the next hour. Thanks for joining us on a Friday WRMN morning show.
Host John Cruz speaks your language, whether it's about the best lures, tracking game, Or that one buddy who always forgets to bring the beer. John's got the tips to sharpen your aim, the hacks to pack lighter, and the stories to keep you entertained. Again, that's American Outdoor Radio with John Cruz. Saturdays at 7 a.m. on WRMN 1410. Or stream it at WRMN1410.com. Get ready to outfish, outhunt, and outcamp them all on American Outdoor Radio with John Cruz.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410, Elgin time, 7 o'clock.
With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Kernan. Brought to you by Cintas. Elgin's architectural heritage took center stage last night as the Elgin Heritage Commission honored this year's recipients of the Mayor's Award for Preservation. The awards recognized individuals and organizations whose dedication has safeguarded historic homes, celebrated cultural resources, and promoted heritage education across the city. The City of Elgin seeking applicants for a diverse range of positions, both full-time and part-time. Opportunities include Assistant City Manager, Assistant Water Director, Marketing Specialist for Cultural Affairs and Special Events, and Social Worker. Find out more on the City of Elgin website. The third annual Taco About It with a Cop community event is happening on Monday, May 5th from 5 to 7 p.m. at 75 Clock Tower Plaza. Residents are invited to meet with local police officers, ask questions, share concerns, and enjoy some tacos. Local organizations will also be on hand to provide resources for families. With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Kernan.
Progressive knows there are some surprisingly expensive things in life, like frames. Because you found a classic 70s concert poster. But when you went to get it framed, you realized the frame will cost about 4 times the amount of the poster. Which is actually absurd because no one will be looking at the frame, and if they are, then you severely overestimated how cool this poster is. But then you remember by switching your home and auto to Progressive, you could save hundreds and put it towards a classic 70s concert poster in an absurdly overpriced frame. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Are you a small business owner who needs immediate cash flow? At Swish Funding, we have flexible funding options from $25,000 to $2 million. For the best rates and terms for your business, just one application to Swish Funding gives you access to our entire network of funders, with cash in your account in as little as 24 hours. To qualify, you must be in business for at least 1 year with monthly revenue of $50,000. Apply at swishradio.com and use code RADIO. Swishradio.com, code RADIO.
Progressive presents the Sports Flash on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN. The Pirates beat the Cubs 4-3. Andrew McCutchen hit a 2-run double in the 7th to put the Pirates up. But right after that, a fan fell from a 21-foot high area in right field and was taken to the hospital in critical condition. Afternoon matchup scheduled for today. Paul Skeen starts for the Pirates. Colin Ray gets the nod for the Cubs. The Brewers beat the White Sox 6-4 in Chicago on Wednesday. Jake Bauers hit a 2-run double in the 8th, helping the Brewers to the win. Caleb Durbin drove in his 8th run of the season with a sac fly in the 8th. William Contreras 2 for 3 with an RBI to extend his hitting streak to 9 games. Milwaukee's won 3 in a row. They're tied with the Reds, 2 games out of first place in the NL Central behind the Cubs. The White Sox have dropped 3 in a row. They're 7-23, last in the AL Central. Afternoon matchup today at the rate. Sean Burke starts for the White Sox. The Brewers go with Chad Patrick. Bundle auto and home, renters or condo, and save with Progressive.
I'm Chuck Sanders on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
At Straight Talk, we are all about no-brainers. Calling Grandma for her recipe, no-brainer. Streaming one more episode at 2 a.m., big no-brainer. Getting real unlimited data where you buy bananas, the ultimate no-brainer. Switch now and get a free Samsung Galaxy A16 5G or Moto G Power 5G 2024 with select plans. Straight Talk, real unlimited data. Available at Walmart and straighttalk.com. Offer valid through 5/19/25. Taxes and fees apply. Requires in-store single line activation on qualifying plan. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com/terms. Copyright 2025 Verizon.
Are you a small business owner who needs immediate cash flow? At Swish Funding, we have flexible funding options from $25,000 to $2 million. For the best rates and terms for your business, just one application to Swish Funding gives you access to our entire network of funders, with cash in your account in as little as 24 hours. To qualify, you must be in business for at least 1 year with monthly revenue of $50,000. Apply at swishradio.com and use code RADIO. Swishradio.com.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. Today, mostly cloudy with a high near 62 and a slight chance of rain showers. This afternoon, temperatures falling to around 58. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a low around 43 and a chance of rain showers. Looking ahead to tomorrow, mostly cloudy with a high near 54. Currently, it is 53 with fog. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Progressive knows there are some surprisingly expensive things in life, like frames. Because you found a classic 70s concert poster. But when you went to get it framed, you realized the frame will cost about 4 times the amount of the poster. Which is actually absurd because no one will be looking at the frame, and if they are, then you severely overestimated how cool this poster is. But then you remember by switching your home and auto to Progressive, you could save hundreds and put it towards a classic 70s concert poster in an absurdly overpriced frame. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
I know we're at an at-will state, but for making a comment, like, hey, your hair looks good. And then I got a call from HR saying, hey, you know what? You're under investigation. Do I have any recourse?
Were you fired?
No, not yet.
The problem, Eddie, is they can fire you for any reason they want. They literally can wake up in the morning and say, you know what? I'm a little bored this morning. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to fire Eddie for no reason. Yep, he can do that. Yeah, that's California. Yep, welcome.
Handle on the Law. If you're injured and need a lawyer, go to handleonthelaw.com.
It's easier than you think for pests to threaten your family's health. Ticks, which spread dangerous diseases, hide in tall grasses and even on your pets. Rodents easily invade your home, contaminate food, and can carry more than 35 diseases. Mosquitoes, which breed in standing water, transmit many diseases. Get the facts you need to protect your family at pestworld.org. It's that easy. A public service message from the National Pest Management Association.
More talk, more laughs, and probably more trouble. Yep, it's the WRMN Morning Show. Let's go.
There's like a party going on up in her.
There's a party going on in here.
A celebration.
To last throughout the year.
years.
Jakes and I have talked about this song. Welcome to the show, Jakes.
Yeah, thank you.
Welcome.
Fabulous Final Friday.
Yeah.
And we have talked about that song, Celebration, and how we
hate it.
Hate it.
Because it's so overplayed at weddings, right?
Oh, yeah. My headphones are not working at all.
No?
What number are you?
I don't know.
He's number 2. And he can reach it because he's like 10 feet tall. It's 7:07. Here at WRMN AM 1410. Now Suzy C has to adjust her headsets.
Yeah, I just got blown out.
Adjusting on the fly.
Oh, hold on, one more.
Coming up at 8:30 this morning, or 8:40, it's Tim Calderwood to talk sports with us. He don't know. He don't know.
Now I'm up.
Oh, no. Yeah, that's you. Okay.
The weather forecast here in the Fox River Valley for the upcoming
Like you've
weekend.
never done this before.
Well,
Neither one of us.
I usually am looking at it from that side so I can clue into it. Plus, there's about 5,000 chords here, so it's like weeding through it. But all right.
Yeah,
Sorry.
You want to hear the weather?
Yeah.
It's going to rain.
We have a little light rain this morning. We're at 51 degrees. Winds are out of the east at 9 miles an hour. The barometric pressure is 29.79 inches. And I never have really understood what that meant. Do you know what the barometric pressure means?
Well, I thought I didn't know they did it in inches. I
You know
thought
what
it's
that
in
means?
percentage.
Well, yeah, because if it's, the barometer will move based on
How thick the air is?
pressure. But I don't know if you measure that in inches.
Well, so it says IN. What else would that stand for?
I don't know.
I don't know, but I'm going to Google it while you talk amongst yourself.
29.79 IN. I'm guessing inches, but maybe I'm wrong. It's actually happened before. I've been wrong. 51 degrees right now. We're headed for a high of about 62, mostly cloudy. Tonight, a 30% chance of a shower. Good campfire weather. Mostly cloudy with a low of 43. And then tomorrow, Saturday, a 30% chance of showers in the morning, mostly cloudy, and 57 for Sunday with a 40% chance of showers. So it ain't looking all that special this weekend, Jakes.
Not this week. I mean, honestly, this is one of the reasons why you have to pay attention to the weather, because earlier in this week, if you looked at next week's forecast, it said we were going to be up in the 80s for 5 days straight.
Well, I thought I saw too.
So they decided to change that tune.
Okay, so I found this barometric pressure for dummies.
Okay.
Let's simplify it.
All right.
Barometric pressure, also known as the atmospheric pressure, is the weight of the air pressing down on us. It's measured using a barometer. It's an important indicator of weather changes. Generally, higher pressure suggests clear, dry weather, while lower pressure is associated with rainstorms and cloudy conditions. So there we go. Barometric pressure for dummies.
But we still don't know what IN stands for.
Well, I'll keep going. I'll read. Just keep going.
All right. Maybe it's 29.97 inches pressing down on us.
I think it's inches.
I don't know.
10 past 7 here at WRMN. Good to see some of our great longtime first shifters stop by the station this morning.
There are so many here.
Well, and it kind of harkens back to how it was in the summertime when we used to have a whole table and a half of people sitting outside.
Yeah.
But, obviously it's not that nice outside today, so we've got them inside. But
yeah,
that's it's wild.
The hallways are lined with first shifters that have collected from over the years.
Seeing a lot of people just in general that I haven't seen in a long time. So.
Kara with a K is here, and so is First Shift Sherry, who we haven't seen for a while.
Big day.
First Shift Sherry is in the house this morning. Board member Mary. Trucker Dennis is your host. He's become kind of the host, hasn't he?
Trucker Dennis, yeah. And then we also have Double Dose of David. Live in studio.
Yeah.
He's going late to work. He doesn't care today.
Wow. He never has cared.
True.
So even David is here. So you have a chance to bring in like a T-shirt and get many First Shift autographs. It's a special morning.
It is. One last ride.
One last ride. Let's take a phone call, 847-931-1410 this morning. And phone lines are open. That's kind of what we want to do is...
It's just a frenzy. The whole show is going to be a frenzy.
Kind of random, yeah. I mean, and there's that extra microphone over there, too. I mean...
I'll make room.
Sue's crap's in the way, but...
Yeah.
But she can clear it. There's Kimmy D and Dennis D, not so young, with more donuts.
Awesome. I don't usually
and
partake.
More coffee.
Yeah, hey,
she has a whole box of coffee.
That. That's a box of Joe. Honestly, though, I usually forego having donuts or anything on just as I'm not
Celebrate
a sweets guy,
today.
but today I think I might actually indulge.
There's some good ones back there.
Oh,
Good
and I heard that you were having a French cruller earlier.
Is that
He
what
was
this is?
having a cruller.
I think so. Yeah. I had a very bad run-in with French crullers when I was in high school.
What do you mean?
I mean, I had like 2 of them one night after working, and I woke up the next day and I was sick for about 2 days straight.
Really?
Oh yeah. And then now every time I even think about a French cruller, I want to die.
Well, don't die.
Yeah,
it would not.
it's not good.
We want Marky B to go out with a bang, not a death.
That and kamikaze shots, I just can't do. I can't think about those.
You might get a .298 alcohol level.
Or Goldschlager.
Gold, I don't mind Goldschlager.
Not really? Okay, you're a better man than me.
Goldschlager makes a really good apple pie shot.
That's true.
So
the flakes are a little weird to drink.
They are a little weird, but guess what? Then you feel rich.
For a second.
You feel enriched for a while.
Yeah. 7:12 here at WRMN. Hey, one of the great days that we had over the years was a couple of years ago when we had a fundraiser for Mean Gene.
Mean Gene.
It was going through some tough times. It was over at Arcade's Bar and Grill. It was a Saturday afternoon, I think. Another thing that Genius George had his hand in on, helping us organize. And what a huge success that was. And it really helped Gene, I know, during a time where he was going through some struggles. And he is on the phone with us right now to talk about all those times where he was driving the A1 machine and drove by the radio station and hung out and things of that nature. Good morning, Gene.
Morning, Gene.
Good morning. How you doing?
Good, man. How you doing?
Okay. Hey, Jake.
How's it going?
Hey, Suzy.
Good morning.
Hey, Suzy. Hey, yeah. Brian called me from the Legion yesterday. Well, I'm sorry. He didn't see me at the Legion, and I got the news.
Brian?
I don't know what to say. It's a guy named Brian. You know him.
Okay.
He's a real good guy from the Legion. I met him, and he called me and gave me the news. I had no idea. This is going to be different.
Yeah.
So,
well, this is so good in here today that I think I'm going to have a last day every Friday.
Yeah.
Just going to come in once a week. It's going to be on Fridays, and I'm going to call it the last day. My last show.
You're going to have coffee and donuts galore every Friday.
Yeah.
And I can wheel my grill down there and throw some ribs on right in front of the station.
Don't threaten us with a good time.
Yeah.
Have Northwest come down, and I'll have to school them a little bit. And that's a challenge there, Northwest.
Ooh, It's a throwdown.
Northwest West has been a self-proclaimed grill expert for a long time. He only uses Weber grills. I think he's too good for the rest of them. He's criticized me when I've used lesser grills over the years. So he probably criticized me, and maybe Gene would too, if they would come back to the kitchen here and they'd see there's like a half bag of the cheap charcoal back there.
Yeah.
That I bought. But I don't usually get the cheap charcoal because that's just what I bought one day over at the Family Dollar down the street or something. But generally I buy those 2 packs of Kingsford bags that kind of come together. Mm-hmm. You know, and they're like $19.99, but they last a long time, and charcoal is all about the same price, it seems.
Yeah.
Not much difference.
And honestly, like, sorry, go ahead.
The Kingsford period is good. Don't worry. You know, that's whatever you get, however you get is good. I think. Go ahead, Jake.
I was just going to say you could throw another wrinkle into the whole thing when, like, I got rid of all of my charcoal grills and my gas grills, and I converted over to the Blackstone flat top. And so I only use that and smokers now.
Nice.
I don't really like to mess with actually grated grills anymore.
No, I mean, I'm pretty basic. We have a basic charcoal grill still.
See, I'm not a fan of charcoal.
No?
No. Give me that electric. Bam, propane.
Really?
It's hot and ready.
Propane.
But you're kind of old school. I'm surprised about that, Suzy.
Yeah,
C.
well, I had a bad experience once. I cooked some chicken before all the lighter fluid, burned off, and everything tasted like one bite, and I was like, well, that's going in the trash because it tasted like lighter fluid.
Gross.
So now I just go propane. Boom, done, hot, ready to go.
That is called going across town without knowing the directions.
It sure was. I was just in a hurry. I was very hungry.
It's just like these bags of charcoal you can buy. They're self-light, or you just put a match to them. They got fluid in them already.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you ever have to add that charcoal to it again, well, yeah, it has fluid in there. So you're gonna get it in your meat. You got to take the meat off. You add that charcoal, so that's why it's not good to use that charcoal. So, but anyway, it's just a whole lot of different story.
Big Boss Man gets mad at me. Big Boss Man gets mad at me when I use lighter fluid.
Really?
Yeah, he says. What's that, Gene?
You gotta use it. You gotta use it, and then you gotta let it burn off. That's the whole key. I soak them a little bit, make a little pyramid, soak them, let them sit for about 10 minutes, then light them, and then you let it completely burn out, and then the tips will be all nice and white, and they're ready to go. Then
I learned that lesson. I learned that lesson the hard way.
Rub some sticks.
They're ready to go. So Mark, I sent you a photo. It's to your phone.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can put it up. I don't know how to do that stuff yet from my phone there. But that's me. My dad is sitting down. My uncle standing up, and my brother-in-law in the back. 3 of the best men I know that's in my family. I got another brother-in-law and another 2 other brother-in-laws. One's an ex-fireman. I want to give a shout out to him. He's going through dementia right now. It's he's only going to be 62 in July. Tony, his name is Tony Spann. He's a 20-year veteran of Elgin Fire Department. It's a bad thing for me to see him have to go through this at such a young age. He's a very good brother-in-law, and the worst brother-in-laws I ever had, they have the best health, and it's killing me. You know, these rat bastards, they're the worst ones I ever met, and they got the best health. I don't get it.
Yeah, I hear you.
I sent you that picture. If you can put it up, I don't know.
Yeah.
You've always had my support, and when you weren't on there, it was like a rainy day, dude. I'm telling you. You went away for a week. I'm like, I was needing me some more Marky B, you know.
Well, thank you, brother. I appreciate that.
You got to we got to get in touch. I still want to talk to you about something.
Well, you know what, Mean Gene? One of the things I'm going to do right now for the next few months is I'm going to be working over in South Elgin, working over in the parks and stuff, right by the river. So I know you're over there by the river.
Have you in your van down by the river?
Yeah, I haven't far. I haven't taken the van to work yet. I don't want to shock them right off the bat. Northwest West says that's a bad idea. I shouldn't take the van near parks.
Probably not.
Probably not.
It might scare people, but I'll be down there, Gene, so I can always drive the Kubota over. I got to drive over there every once in a while over there and make sure everything's okay, so you and I can hang out for a couple minutes when I do that.
I'll be around. And thank you for keeping me out of Tent City. You and Jenny and George, you guys, I'll tell you, I'm not kidding you. You saved my life. I really appreciate. And everybody that kicked in and came, and it was overwhelming. I couldn't even talk on the. Everybody wanted me to say stuff on the microphone. I couldn't. It was just, you know how you just feel embarrassed to get up there and get emotional in front of people. But that's what would have happened. It was overwhelming. It was the best thing. Like somebody told me, he said, "Man, you just had a funeral and you were here. You seen how people cared about you." Mm-hmm. You know, and it was very, very, very unbelievable.
It's a heck of a family here. Heck of a family here.
You know, that is interesting. It's interesting the way you phrase that, Gene, because it's kind of true. You know, it's so many people get celebrated and talked about and everything else, and they can't. And it's after they die.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate that there aren't more parties for people who are still alive to celebrate them and everything that everybody loves about them while they're living.
Isn't that the truth?
You know, that's kind of what Gene's saying. He's like, I felt like it was my funeral, but I was at it in a way.
Yeah.
You know?
I've seen people show up that I knew very well, but I hadn't seen in probably 10 years, 15 years. I just could not believe it. And I really appreciate you had part of that, most of that, you and George. And it was just everybody, the band, everybody that was there, RK people.
Yeah.
Rick and Terry, Carrie, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Everything was just really, it was like George said, it was unbelievable how it worked out. My sisters came. I had old teachers there. Man, it was the bar I used to grow up, but I started seeing my dad where I could drink. When my mother passed, he wanted me to come see him every day, and I didn't indulge like that, but that was my dad's request. And he, at that bar, there was like 6 different bartenders that showed up that worked at that bar. It was Club 58 on Villa Street. And 19 years they were in business. Diana Lang, she was the owner. And my dad went down there a lot. After work, it was just down from the bus garage. And just like I said, it was unbelievable. So thank you for doing that for me, and I appreciate it.
Well, thanks for being a supporter of the station all these years, Gene, and it was good to see you when you used to drive by in the cab, and I'll be seeing you. I'll be seeing you down by the river.
Yeah, you will.
We'll run up to the corner. We'll run up to Millie's up there and grab us a cold one.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
All right, buddy. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. Mean Gene checking in.
What a great story.
That was a great Saturday. Unbelievable how many people showed up that day. Gene's right. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't station. It was station people, but it was also everybody from his past life.
Wow.
And everything else that showed up that day. So
that is so cool.
7:23 with me, Marky B, along with Jakes and Suzy C. Jakes and I for the last time, at least for a while. And we appreciate the support. Everybody that's here today. Kimmy and Dennis D, not so young, are here.
There's a party going on.
Yeah, so much so you had to close the door a little bit.
I had to close the door. It was getting way distracting. And that's fine. I love having everybody back there. No complaints. Just I figured to keep it a little, I don't know how much you could hear the background noise in the mics, but it was getting a little loud.
I could hear it, but I think I've gotten used to it over the years. Yeah. This has always been kind of zoo-ish. People kind of come and going as they want to. You just get used to like putting up with it, ignoring it, whatever. 847-931-1410. You got West Side Freddy checking in.
West Side
Good morning, radio host.
going on, West Side?
He's got one of my favorite voices ever as well.
Yeah, I love it. Like,
Yeah.
hey guys, what's up?
Man, me and Jake go back further than Marky B. But Mark, did you hire Jake to do the Paul and Jake show? I always meant to ask you that. You did, okay.
That was January. Oh man, that was January of 2018. I think January 23rd might have been the first day that I was here.
Really?
Yeah.
I remember, man. A catch caught me betting Tradio. Those were those are my two favorite shows for a long time.
Yeah, with Paul. Nope, sorry, January 16th.
You know the date?
Yeah.
January 16th of 2018. You and Paul were doing the afternoon show Millennium Middays.
Yep.
Westside Freddy was one of your loyal listeners. He was the loyal listener.
He was the loyal listener. Yeah. Seven whole years ago.
We had some great conversation about Star Wars and Star Trek and all kind of stuff. That was a great show.
Yeah.
But there's lots of donuts going on over there. There's nothing like a donut party when Marky B, Suzy C, and Jake's are hosting the show. I'm coming down. I want to get out of dialysis here today, so hopefully I'll save you a couple of donuts.
There's plenty here.
And coffee, and yeah. Oh, I can't wait to meet you in person.
Yeah, you know what? I'm stuck in this chair till 9:15. So
okay.
I'll get there before 10. Does the show go till 11 today still? Or?
Well, till 10. I think 10 because I think Steve Thorne's only on till 10 this morning.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Hope people will still be hanging out then.
Yeah. Well, if not, we'll at least exchange pleasantries, Westside Freddy.
For sure, man. No, I'm getting in the car. You're gonna have to give me a ride home because of my transportation's dropping me off, dude. But no, I got to hang out with you on the stage. I think Leonard's gonna try and come by too.
Leonard
it was just Louisiana specialties. I don't know.
No, you know what? The last time Leonard, he always brings amazing food up here, Cajun food and stuff like that. And
wasn't he out front grilling one time?
He brought his coffee cart.
Yeah, okay.
He wheeled the coffee cart down here that one day, or once a couple times.
Yeah, a few times. And we do it a couple of times a year. We've got that up in our studio.
I came back from my trip to Mexico a few weeks ago, and I looked in the refrigerator, and there was like a ton of food, and I didn't know if that was for somebody else or for me. And Leonard must have come with all that stuff the week I was gone. And I'm like, nobody touched it for a couple of days. So I was like, maybe that's for me. And so I looked in, opened it up, and it was a Cajun stuff. And I was like, oh.
Oh, yeah. You know, that's a Leonard.
I'm like, you know what? And I'm like, I don't know if this is a week old or not, but I'm still going to eat it.
Yeah, I would. Cajun and craft.
It's made to last. It's like old school wine from Jesus' days. Crossing the desert.
Yeah. So I took it home. I said, I'm not sure if it's going to make me sick or not, but I cannot waste this food. It must have been probably over a week old, but I didn't care.
Right. You know what? It's amazing. It's unbelievable, but that stuff never affects me like that. It's always good. If you think he brings you something, man, my wife is always like, this must be Leonard's dishes here in my kitchen.
I think one of my best memories of you, Westside Freddy, is when you guys came in and played music in the other room, and I sang Feliz Navidad.
Oh, yeah, that was like last Christmas.
Yeah.
Not this recent one, but before.
Yeah.
Me and Greg and my other guitar guy. And that was you and me, man. Can you still pull that up? I sang the harmony to that, so I'd like to hear that. I'd never heard it.
No, I don't know, dude. It's deep in the art. It's buried somewhere.
In the archives somewhere.
Yeah. Maybe Greg will pull it up.
Yeah.
He keeps everything online, man. But I'm coming by, and you know what? Speaking of what Gene was talking about, we have a financial situation over in our ministry. So George let me know that he's going to do a spaghetti palooza for us. No date on it yet, but
okay.
Be doing live music. I might bring a guest artist too, so it'll be a fun night and a lot of prizes we're going to give away and stuff. So come and
awesome. Let me know if I can help.
Together. Absolutely. It'll be a shifter thing no matter what.
Awesome.
So everybody's going to be invited. So.
All right, what's that, Freddie?
Well, that sounds much to you.
We will keep our thing going, brother. It may not be on the air so much for me for a while, but we'll keep on hanging out and we'll keep on talking and stuff like
neighbors,
that.
We'll get together, bro.
Yeah.
Talk to you soon.
Talk to you guys a little later. Bye.
Westside Freddie checking in. He's been with us since day one. And listens to all the radio shows. He listened to the Radio Shopping Show, Tradio. He even listened to Jake's show when he was on with Paul.
Yeah. Way back when.
Way back?
Yeah. 7:29 here at WRMN. We have a member of the 7-Letter Club, Ed Dring, checking in. He's, if you can hang on for 4 minutes, Ed, we'll take your phone call when we come back from this break. Got some great pictures coming in on the Image 360 information line, 505-926-1410. So give us a picture of that. Send us some pictures of the past. We'll take a look. It's a little bit of, it's Elgin 100 years ago news time now.
From the pages of the Elgin newspapers of 100 years ago today, these are the headlines brought to you by the Elgin History Museum.
I'm Nick Freeman, and here's what was happening in our fair city 100 years ago. Blast injures watch workers. An explosion in the hardening room at the watch factory this morning at 7:35 o'clock resulted in injuries to 2 employees and caused damage estimated at more than $1,000. The injured are Christian Shower, oiler, bruised and cut by flying debris, and August T. Fish of the hardening room, rendered unconscious by force of explosion and effects of gas. The explosion could be heard in practically all of the factory rooms, coming as it did a few moments after the employees had taken up their work. The effect was startling. Luckily, Shower and Fish were the only ones in the neighborhood of the fan. Shower was knocked to the floor and covered in soot, oil, and grime. Bending over to pick up his knife, Fish missed the full impact of the explosion as it crashed through a window and over his body. He received enough of the blast, however, to knock him out for several minutes. The gas caused the man to choke after the manner of a person who is rescued from the water. Work in repairing the fan was started immediately, as the hardening room is vital to the general functioning of the entire shop.
Elgin 100 years ago is a presentation of the Elgin History Museum. Be sure to visit the museum located at 360 Park Street in Elgin, open Wednesday through Saturdays 11 to 4. You can also listen to Elgin 100 years ago at www.elginhistory.org.
Do you own an annuity, either fixed rate, indexed, or variable? Are you paying high fees and getting low returns? If so, Annuity General would like you to have this free book to learn the pitfalls and mistakes of buying an annuity. The Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers contains the little-known truths about annuities, like how to help reduce your fees and increase retirement income. And it's free. That's right, free. As a bonus, we'll also throw in a free annuity rate report just for calling. We researched over 1,000 annuities and summarized rates and benefits from financially strong insurers. You get Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers and the Annuity Rate Report, both absolutely free for calling Annuity General today. Hurry, supplies are limited. Call now.
800-760-1845. 800-760-1845. 800-760-1845. That's 800-760-1845.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. Today, mostly cloudy with a slight chance of rain showers and a high near 62. Temperatures falling to around 58 in the afternoon. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a chance of rain showers and a low around 43. Currently, it is 49 and overcast. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Are you a small business owner who needs immediate cash flow? At Swish Funding, we have flexible funding options from $25,000 to $2 million. For the best rates and terms for your business, just one application to Swish Funding gives you access to our entire network of funders, with cash in your account in as little as 24 hours. To qualify, you must be in business for at least 1 year with monthly revenue of $50,000. Apply at swishradio.com and use code RADIO. Swishradio.com, code RADIO.
Back to the show that keeps your mornings moving. It's Marky B, Suzy C, and the WRMN Morning Show.
Here at WRMN, AM 1410, WRMN Radio on YouTube. Thanks for all the comments coming in on YouTube. Pictures on the Image 360 information line. Suzy C and Radio's Ken Husky becoming best friends.
Yeah, you know what, Ken? So, he has revealed that you always showered with him. And then when I came on, it got a little crowded in his shower. So now I'm wondering, Ken, is it just going to be you and me in the shower in the morning?
Ooh.
Let's hear it.
Yeah.
Well, not a day goes by that I don't think about Ken Husky in the shower.
I know, right? Thanks for revealing that information, Ken. You got a radio
That's
in the bathroom?
hard-hitting news. That is hard-hitting news.
What, the fact that he listens in the shower, or
yeah,
this is hard-hitting news?
It's all the whole thing. They even sell those little things that you could stick on your shower wall that you could put your phone in.
Oh, yeah.
And it's sealed. Like, if you have to have your phone in the shower,
That's exactly.
there's a problem.
Yeah, because a lot of people have their phone cases that have the suction cups on the back, and I'm just like, how so attached to your device are you that you need to take it into the shower?
A guy could probably take what? You could probably take a shower in literally less than 5 minutes if you had to.
Yep.
I have a lot of hair, so it probably takes me a good 10, 12. Get all the stuff
10,
out
12,
of it.
that's fine.
That's still. But if I can't put my phone away for 10 minutes.
If you want to play music, I understand that. Have a radio or some sort of speaker in there.
Dance party in the shower.
That's fine. Yeah, my girlfriend's daughters do that. Then again, her youngest is maybe 100 pounds soaking wet. She's, she's 14 and she takes 45-minute showers. I'm like, you don't even have the surface area to necessitate a shower that long. What are you doing?
Listening to music.
Yeah, having a dance party or something. It's just like
go to your room.
Out.
Go to your room.
12
and
minutes. We're done here.
Yeah. Our shower just won't decide what temperature it wants to be right now.
Oh.
I'm struggling with that. There are days when it's nice and hot. I turn it to the same spot on the lever every single day, and some days it's super hot, other days it's not hot enough.
So it's a little bipolar.
I think I would check your water heater because it sounds like it's about to go on the fritz. I'm just excited the weather's nice that I have water in the RV every day now. Yeah. So there's only a couple. There's, maybe two handfuls of days in the winter when it was 25 below that my water froze a bit, but
that'll happen.
Yeah. And, they're not built for 25 below, but that's okay. I was prepared.
Today was one of the not super hot water days.
Oh. So your shower was way less
really
than
happy
5
today.
minutes.
I was actually at a song. I was singing a song in the parking lot on the way in this morning.
What were you singing?
Just you and me. Simple and free.
Chicago.
I don't know why that song was in my head.
Did you hear the horns in your head? Because I love the horns in Chicago songs.
Does that song have horns in it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure it did.
Yeah, it does. 7:37 here at WRMN. I got a text a short time ago from a member of the 7-Letter Club. We've had 3 guys.
Chicago.
In the 7-Letter Club.
I mean, it's a good band. Pizza Terra was probably their best.
He wasn't really
music.
Chicago, though.
Yeah.
Right, but they played music. They had horns.
They did.
They had.
It was quite the ensemble.
It was a big ensemble.
I don't know. I had Kenny Loggins Playing with the Boys stuck in my head this morning.
Yeah, boy, really?
Oh.
Yeah, it's a great song.
Playing with the Boys, Kenny Loggins.
Yeah,
I don't even think I know that song.
I don't.
You don't know that song? Have you ever seen Top Gun?
Yes.
Do you not know what the song is?
I don't think I do either.
Kenny Loggins. The only song I can think of when I think of Kenny Loggins.
You said Playing with the Boys. I started hearing, let's hear it for the boys.
No.
I hate that song.
I actually heard that at Woodman's the other day, and I was like, I need to leave.
Yeah, but that's what stuck in my head when you said Play with the Boys.
The fact that you guys don't know Playing with the Boys by Kenny Loggins.
Well, maybe we would if we heard it.
I feel like I need to leave right now.
Maybe it's one of those songs that when you hear it, you go, I know that song.
Is. Like the volleyball scene in Top Gun.
All right, we'll have to play it.
I'm gonna try to Google it.
Yeah, we'll play it because I'm sure we're gonna go. I know exactly.
Everybody out there, all 17 people listening to us, please by all means
right now
chime
we have
in.
55 watching on the YouTube, and we don't know how many are on the blowtorch. Is that what you say?
Yeah.
On the blowtorch?
The blowtorch, the dial, the AM14 dial. All right, well, I hope it's a good song, because when I just started to type in Kenny Loggins' name, the first two songs that came up were Footloose.
I'm All Right.
No, that one didn't come up right away.
Danger Zone?
Danger Zone.
Danger
Two
Zone.
songs I can't stand.
Well, Danger Zone was also from Top Gun.
Yes, I love the song Danger Zone.
Footloose was from Footloose.
I like Footloose, but it have to do it in small. Like, you could hear each of those songs once a year and then go, okay, I'm good. I'm good.
Footloose is kind of a little bit. And then Danger Zone, I kind of feel like that should only be listened to while watching Top Gun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Outside of that,
You should have never made it outside of that movie.
not so much.
7:39 here at WRMN. So Ed Dring on a text a short time ago said something about shut your mouth, you thong-wearing fatty.
Yeah.
Northwest Wes and Northwest Wesley Jr. just drove by about 4 minutes ago. They couldn't.
And they're late.
They couldn't stay long. Well, there's no room on the street
Well,
this
but they're
morning.
also at 7:40.
Yeah.
They're usually 7:34, 7:36, man. So they were running
Right.
a few minutes late.
But here's to you guys.
Shut your mouth, you thong-wearing fatty. Shut your mouth, you thong-wearing fatty. Shut your mouth, you thong-wearing fatty.
You happy? 7:40 here at WRMN, 847-931-1410. So let's welcome Ed Dring to the show. Hi, Ed.
Hey, Mark.
Good morning, Ed.
Hi, Mark.
Hi, Ed.
Hi, Susie.
Good morning.
I just wanted to thank you, Mark, from the bottom of my heart for all your years of dedication and service, not just with our WRMN, but also our community. You've been awesome. You've never been afraid to stand up for what's right, and we really appreciate your values and your integrity, and you'll truly be missed.
You're a great guy, Ed, and I appreciate knowing you and working with you, and it ain't over till it's over, buddy.
Yeah, now, if we can only find a plumber that could help you with your shower needs, a good plumber.
Oh, so you're not talking about David Tease?
Huh. Oh, geez. Yeah, hey. Yeah, I know what he would say. He'd say, oh, Marky, yeah, that's just a cartridge. Yeah, it's a cartridge just needs to be replaced. I'll do it tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. I had to replace one of those myself.
Cartridge for the hot water heater?
Oh, well, a cartridge for the actual
for the shower,
the nozzle on the shower.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, it's a mixing valve, and that's what's happening. I mean, I'm not an expert on many things, and definitely not plumbing, but I've had to change it because one day it's freezing cold. What the heck is going on? But it was actually the cartridge. So give them a call and say, hey.
Yeah, I know.
Good morning and welcome to Plumber Talk.
It's my bad because it's been happening. I just haven't addressed the issue yet. Sometimes I have avoidance issues.
You know what's going to happen?
Yeah.
It's all going to go out and you're going to have nothing but cold water and you're going to be like, damn it, I should have taken care of this.
No, I've been too reactive and not nearly proactive enough.
Well, I just wish you the best in the next chapter of your life, and hope to see more of you now. So now you don't have to go to bed at 7:30. Just be at the mood.
That's true.
That is true.
Might actually be able to hang out with you a little bit.
Hey, you know what? I got a new gig, though, and I go to work at 7 in the morning, starting on
I don't
Monday.
even know what your new gig is. I can't wait to hear about it. So
he went back to stripping.
Yeah. Well, wallpaper stripping, right?
Yeah, that's it.
It's a great gig.
Not always good.
Toasty buns.
Right?
Yeah.
Nice. Well, thank you again for being such a good servant for our community.
Ed, thanks for the phone call, man, and we'll be in touch.
Okay. See ya.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Ed Dring, along with Ian Haar. I'm trying to think of the three members of the 7-letter club. Who am I forgetting? First and last names combined, 7 letters. And
somebody that called yesterday. There was someone.
Oh, gosh, I'm going to feel bad now because it's obvious and I just can't think of it. I'm having a senior moment. 7:43 here at WRMN. All right, here's a song. It can't be that good.
I don't know. My friend Lena's like a music guru, and she goes, I don't even know that song.
It's a pretty long intro.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's a 6 minute and 41 second song.
Yeah.
How long is the intro?
Pretty long.
Let me fast forward.
Yes.
We're going to fast forward to 37 seconds into the song.
I'm going to say it's probably not even starting with the singing yet.
Intro's still going. We're at 46 seconds.
Yeah, I don't know why, this version's so long.
Say it was the right time. Walk away. But dreaming takes you nowhere. Stop to play. Bodies working overtime. Money don't matter. Time keeps ticking. Someone's on the mind. On the mind.
I don't know it still. Do you, Sue?
No.
Well, we haven't gotten to the hook yet.
Okay.
Definitely an 80s vibe.
Totally. Total 80s vibe.
Yeah.
God, if you guys don't recognize this by the chorus, yeah, I think I might just leave. I'm gonna go hang out with everybody in the back.
Yeah. Why do you like this song?
Yeah.
I want you to ask everybody back there if
I
they've
will.
heard
I'm gonna
this
go
song.
back and poll the audience.
Okay, it'll be a poll.
Here we go.
You guys don't remember this song at all? I mean, I know he's lived under a rock.
Not with music, I haven't. With movies, I have, but with music, I have not.
No, I listen to music nonstop.
All right. Whatever.
All right, time
You know
to take
what?
a poll.
I like my island, damn it, and I'm gonna stay on it.
Your bubble.
7:45 here at WRMN, AM 1410, WRMN Radio on YouTube. Cecil Claus has had enough.
He sure has.
He has had enough. The crowd's getting too big, and he's got to exit the premises. Thanks for the coffee,
Bye, Cecil
Claus. Take care. We have lots of comments coming in on YouTube this morning. I'm still trying to read from top down. George says, just know that you made a difference, my friend, on and off the air. It's an emotional morning for so many of us. Big love. Bigger than big to you going forward.
Isn't there a way to flop that so you can actually see it on the bottom?
I could scroll all the way to the bottom, but if I do, then I lose. That's Sue's job.
Well, I was just saying, like, you could probably get it to where, like, it starts coming in at the bottom. And so you can see it, like, maybe that little down arrow next to the top chat might actually flip it so, like, it goes most of, I don't know.
Switches it from bottom up?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm
It
afraid.
might.
So instead of going old to new, it'll go new to old? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I usually read from the bottom up, and he reads from the top down.
Yeah, that's been our method.
Old to new, and then you
She
read
goes new to old.
I go new to old.
We meet in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
7:46 here at WRMN. Janet Mack checks in, says, yes, Playing with the Boys. Great song.
There we go. One person.
Well, yeah. There's actually someone else on there that at the bottom that was like, yeah, Top Gun volleyball scene. There you go.
Top Gun volleyball scene. Victoria Thomas. Toma.
Oh, Vicky's in. Our friend Vicky is in on YouTube this morning. Hi, Vicky. Top Gun volleyball scene.
Yeah.
Also wish you all the best, Mark. Well, you'll be seeing me, Vicky, so you won't have to, miss me, because I know you would. Not. 7:47 here at WRMN. James Whittington checks in. He's called in during some of our political talks in the past. He says, hi, Marky B. I was sad to learn last night that today is your last day on the station. Whatever your future plans are and wherever your life takes you, I wish you the best. Jim Whittington of St. Charles. Checking in this morning. And Brendan has already discarded me.
Yeah?
He's done?
He's kicked me. He's had enough. He's done with me.
Oh.
Brendan says, good morning, Suzy C.
I did see that.
He's just trying to make the transition here.
It might take him a couple of times. Yeah.
Good morning, Suzy C. My name is Brendan, and I'm a fan of WRMN Radio in Elgin, Illinois.
Wow.
And he likes Portillo's for Chicago dogs, and he likes his McDonald's in South Elgin iced coffee.
Okay.
And he likes, yes, he does, and helicopters.
And helicopters. Lots of helicopters.
Learned that last week.
Fire Marshal John. Haven't seen him for a while.
No, it's been a minute.
Yeah, he's walking across the street. Not towards the radio station, but he must sense something.
Yeah.
The first time we've seen him for a while.
Yeah.
The fire marshal.
He feels the disturbance in the force.
Maybe he smells a donut in the hallway.
There you go.
The barometric pressure is pushing him.
The 29 inches is moving him this direction.
7:48 here at WRMN. Let's see. My favorite memory is how Mark would help organize the Back the Blue event. It gets better every year. Thank you, Renee. says Renee. And he sends this picture of some of the cars that were at Panton Mill Park over the last couple of years.
It's a beaut.
That's a beautiful, I love that orange car. And all those great cars around it. And I love the tree, and I love this, the look of summertime. Mm-hmm. Even though that takes place in September, it's still a great time of the year. 7:49 here at WRMN. We'll take a phone call at 847-931-1410. Tim Calderwood will talk sports with us at 8:40.
One more time.
He might keep on coming on.
Well,
he should.
You and I are going to talk sports with him one more time.
Yeah.
And then Steve Thoren said, do I not have a music show today?
Oh, yeah. The show's been canceled. You can just stay home.
I don't know, Steve. I didn't know if it was still going on or not, Steve Thorne, but if it is, I'm probably going to have to bow out at 10 o'clock because I have to go to my job B.
Okay.
And I got to be there by 10:30.
We could probably have this all figured out before, 9:30 to let him. What time does he come in?
9:30.
Okay, so we could probably have all of the kinks worked out and figure out yes or no.
Stevie T on the air from 9:30 until, I guess, 11, 9:30 until 10 with the Senior Community Spotlight Show this morning. And Chief Anna Lally's got her show Fridays with the finest. And we've got Steve Thorne's good friend and my friend, Elisa Corsi, on the line. Good morning, Elisa.
Good morning.
Good morning. I'm so sad you're leaving, but I just wanted to call and wish you luck, and you'll be missed.
Thank you,
Elisa.
Elisa.
Thank you for all the work that goes into the first responders. Fest. You did an amazing job.
Yeah, well, I think that the First Responders Fest will continue this year. Mm-hmm. We'll have some news about it very soon to start spreading the word. So we'll keep making it happen, Elisa. And nice seeing you over the years. And I remember you at Campalooza that day.
Yeah, that was a great time, and I hope to see you around at some estate sales.
Yeah, that's right. I saw Elisa at some estate sales, too.
Well, take care.
You too. I'll talk to you soon.
I love you guys. Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye. Elisa Corsi checking in, 7:51 here at WRMN. It's your WRMN morning show on a fabulous Friday. We'll be right back.
At Britain's Touchless Car Wash, they know life gets busy. That's why they're here 24/7 to keep your car looking spotless, fast, and easy. Their advanced brush-free wash technology delivers a sparkling clean without a single scratch, because they treat your car like it's their own. Here's the best part. Right now, you can get a free car wash just for joining their text club. It's simple. Just text BRITT to 30400, and your first wash is on them. Britain's Touchless Car Wash has two convenient locations, 1923 Larkin Avenue in Elgin and 555 Willow in West Dundee. They're proud to keep your car clean while giving back to our community. Text BRITT to 30400. That's BRITT to 30400. Now for your free car wash, and see why Britain's Touchless Car Wash is the fast, gentle, and reliable choice.
Businesses come in all shapes and sizes. Integrity doesn't. For more than a century, the Better Business Bureau has set the standards for how businesses should operate honestly and ethically. So when you're looking for a business you can trust, check to see who's BBB accredited and who isn't. Always choose the Better Business. Look for the BBB seal because it's looking out for you. That's why it's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Looking for an affordable dentist close to home? Bender Dental Care in Elgin offers new patient specials from $29, including x-rays, a regular cleaning, and exam. Senior discounts, a no insurance discount plan, and care credit financing. Bender Dental Care is a full-service family dentist with an outstanding 5-star Google rating. To find out more, call us at 847-888-4333. Bender Dental Care, affordable dentistry, close to home.
The Moose Lodge 799 in Elgin is a place to connect with family, friends, and your community. Moose Lodge 799 is conveniently located at 925 South McLean Boulevard, and they offer fun family activities, exciting community service projects, and live entertainment on the weekends. At Moose Lodge 799, you'll find a place to relax, make new friends, and be part of something bigger, like supporting the kids of Mooseheart. Doors at Moose Lodge 799 open at 2 p.m. Tuesday through Friday and at 11 a.m. on Saturday and Sunday. Join a welcoming group of members who share a passion for good times and giving back. Call 847-741-0799. That's 847-741-0799 for more information, or stop by and see what they are all about. Moose Lodge 799 in Elgin, where family, friends, and community are always invited to join. $7:54. Welcome back to the show. It's a Friday.
Friday.
I'll have to let you know that on my way back to get more coffee, I asked everybody, and everyone except for 2 people knew Playing with the Boys.
Really?
Linda Carter in the house.
Miss Linda Carter.
Did you bring booze?
She brought booze?
Oh.
Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper. All right, Elsie, everybody's in the hallway. 7:55 here at WRMN on a fabulous Friday. We have one phone call. Now, over the past couple of years, this gentleman has been on with me many, many times. He had his own show, Kane County Speaks. We talked about local politics and such. And he's been very active politically. And one thing I know about him is anytime I've ever had him call in on the show, he never wraps it up on time. So I better give him the full 3 minutes here. It's Brian Anderson calling this morning here on the show. Good morning, Brian.
Good morning, Brian.
Hey, Marky B, what's going on? And it won't be 3 minutes. I'm getting ready for an 8 o'clock CrossFit class, so it's going to be 30 seconds.
Okay.
But anyway, I got a phone call from our friend David Tees, I guess today, officially, your last day, the voice of Elgin, the passion of that community. I just wanted to call in and not only tell you personally, but those listeners what an amazing voice you have been for Elgin, and what a great guy you are as I've gotten to know you over the years. Just a guy with a monster heart, a passion for people and community. So I just wanted to say thank you, and I was just humbled that I got a chance to get to know you, and hopefully you won't be gone away from WRNM forever.
No. I'll be around, Brian Anderson. So those are really nice words. I appreciate you calling and saying those things, and we'll be in touch.
You got it. Have a great day. Have a great week. And if you look out the window, I think I've got the booze truck driving by right now.
Really?
With Dr. Pepper as well. So look out there.
I don't want no Dr. Pepper, even though it is Friday morning.
I didn't think so.
Not a real doctor.
Yep.
Yeah. Everybody keep in mind, Marky B is keeping his WRMN email and not emptying his office.
That keeps me official.
Okay.
So he will be around.
That's good news. That's good news.
Yeah.
Okay.
Talk to you soon, Brian.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Officially loafing around.
Officially loafing around.
Yeah.
I don't know
you're here, but you're not really doing anything.
What can my title be then if I'm still going to have an email address? Can I be like a consultant?
You can, you can do that.
One of those people that doesn't really do anything.
You can also be a reporter, a roving reporter.
A roving reporter?
You could be like the on-site guy when things go down.
Yeah, the man on the street.
He could be the man. And you know what? When the shooting happened, he went over there in the Copper Creeper. Inconspicuous, of course.
Last Sunday morning, yeah.
Copper
was a
Creeper.
shooting?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was.
Did Priggy call you?
John probably called about that this week at some point, yeah.
No, I don't know. He did not.
didn't?
We haven't heard from Positive Priggy all week.
He's calling me late in the show after you've been gone a couple times.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was Mark went over there. He needs his own badge, a press badge or something, so he could just get on the scenes.
I knew I should take the van over there because nobody would know me.
Nobody would know it.
Undercover van.
Just creeping.
Yeah. So a 79-year-old veteran shot a 29-year-old who came in and slept in his house on Sunday morning. He came in probably drunk from a party, wandered into the wrong house, fell asleep. The vet woke up. They got in some sort of an altercation, and the 79-year-old vet shot the 29-year-old.
Verbal and physical.
And got cleared of the charges.
I was going to say the 29-year-old was probably mouthing off and deserved it.
Yeah. So we were happy. We were happy that the 79-year-old got cleared.
That's
of it. So
you're in my house.
Yeah.
Pew pew.
7:59, we're going to catch this break. We still got a little more time to talk. Open Phones Frenzy continues in the next half hour. Be a part of it, and thanks for joining us here on your Friday morning show.
We are AFGE, the American Federation of Government Employees. We represent 700,000 federal and D.C. government workers who are the vital threads of the fabric of American life. We support our nation's military. We take care of our nation's veterans. We protect our nation's borders. We respond to our nation's crises and natural disasters. We provide services to our nation's seniors. The American Federation of Government Employees. We work for America.
We are AFGE, the American Federation of Government Employees. We represent 700,000 federal and D.C. government workers who are the vital threads of the fabric of American life. We support our nation's military. We take care of our nation's veterans. We protect our nation's borders. We respond to our nation's crises and natural disasters. We provide services to our nation's seniors. The American Federation of Government Employees. We work for America.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410, Elgin time, 8 o'clock.
With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Kernan. Brought to you by Cintas. DuPage County is recovering from a ransomware attack that disrupted computer systems in the Sheriff's Office, Circuit Clerk's Office, and the courthouse. Officials say essential government services remain operational thanks to emergency planning. While the county has not disclosed whether any sensitive data was compromised, the incident is undergoing an investigation by federal authorities. Elgin's annual 4th of July parade is set a return for this year, beginning at 9 a.m. on the 4th of July at Douglas and Slade Avenues, winding through downtown before wrapping up at Douglas and Highland near City Hall. Pause for a Cause Vet Care, formerly Spay, Illinois, has moved to Lisle and a newly expanded 16,000 square foot facility at 1620 Bond Street in Naperville. The clinic dedicated to affordable pet care will host a grand opening and ribbon cutting with the Naperville Area Chamber of Commerce on May 15th. With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Kernan.
It's Macy's Friends and Family Sale. Hurry in for insider deals on must-have spring styles from your favorite brands, like an extra 30% off new dresses, handbags, and accessories from Karl Lagerfeld Paris, Donna Karan New York, Avec La Vie, and more. Plus, get 15% off fragrances, beauty, and skincare, too. It's not only the best time to shop for yourself, it's also the best time to shop early for Mother's Day. Don't miss Friends and Family, and Sunday at Macy's. Savings off regular and already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
Are you a small business owner who needs immediate cash flow? At Swish Funding, we have flexible funding options from $25,000 to $2 million. For the best rates and terms for your business, just one application to Swish Funding gives you access to our entire network of funders, with cash in your account in as little as 24 hours. To qualify, you must be in business for at least 1 year with monthly revenue of $50,000. Apply at swishradio.com and use code RADIO. Swishradio.com, code RADIO.
From the pages of the Elgin newspapers of 100 years ago today, these are the headlines brought to you by the Elgin History Museum.
I'm Nick Freeman, and here's what was happening in our fair city 100 years ago. Babies with blue eyes and babies with brown eyes, babies with long hair and babies with no hair at all were brought to the Elgin Health Center yesterday afternoon to be weighed and measured. Many of the babies had blue ribbons pinned on them because they were physically perfect. Some protested with lusty yells because they won the coveted blue ribbon, while others cried just as lustily because they were disqualified. It was an exciting afternoon for those in charge, the nurses, the mothers, and the babes themselves, of which there were more than 100. Some of the little folk had their afternoon naps broken, others were fed off schedule, or else were forced to wait for their customary nourishment, and each one whose routine was interfered with voiced his disapproval in plain terms. The Baby Day was sponsored by the Nurses' Council of the Elgin Health Center. Our story goes on to list the names of a great number of award-winning babies, and concludes as follows. There were quite a few babies who were over a year old who were given blue ribbons as well. Souvenir baby booklets were given the 1 year and under perfect babies.
Elgin 100 Years Ago is a presentation of the Elgin History Museum. Be sure to visit the museum located at 360 Park Street in Elgin, open Wednesday through Saturdays 11 to 4. You can also listen to Elgin 100 Years Ago at www.elginhistory.com.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. Today, mostly cloudy with a slight chance of rain showers and a high near 62. Temperatures falling to around 58 in the afternoon. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a chance of rain showers and a low around 43. Currently, it is 49 and overcast. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Are you a small business owner who needs immediate cash flow? At Swish Funding, we have flexible funding options from $25,000 to $2 million. For the best rates and terms for your business, just one application to Swish Funding gives you access to our entire network of funders, with cash in your account in as little as 24 hours. To qualify, you must be in business for at least 1 year with monthly revenue of $50,000. Apply at swishradio.com and use code RADIO. Swishradio.com, code RADIO.
When you're high, you feel different. You think different, you talk different, you draw different, you listen to music different, but you probably knew that. Problem is, you also drive different, and not in a good way. That's why driving high is illegal everywhere. So if you're high, just don't drive. Make a plan to get a sober ride. Because if you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Finding a reputable business shouldn't require luck or chance. But how can you tell who you can trust? Pro tip, the BBB connects people with businesses they can trust. So think of the BBB as the better, check with the BBB first, because better businesses are honest and commit to high ethical standards bureau. That's why they're better. Always look for the sign of a better business and find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Marky's got the insights, Suzy's got the attitude, and you get the best seat in the house. Mornings just got a whole lot more interesting. This is the WRMN Morning Show, only on WRMN 1410 AM and WRMN1410.com.
Fabulous Friday morning, WRMN AM 1410, WRMN Radio on YouTube. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for hanging out with us this morning. Even the fire marshal came in for the first time in a while.
And I just found out you're going to have at 8:35, you're going to have a couple of special guests that want to come in and say hey.
I am?
Yeah, Dino and Dennis.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they want to come in and sit for a little bit and maybe tell them about some of their favorite memories or things that are going on with you. It'd be fun.
Wow. But at 8:40, we have Tim Calderwood, though, so.
8:40, so it'll be a quickie.
It'll be a quick 5 minutes. Quickie. We got to get Tim Calderwood in, and he'll call us about 8:40 this morning, and we'll talk sports. We'll talk about the Cubs, the White Sox, and we'll talk about everything we've talked about over the last several years in 10 minutes.
Everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Well, his segment was like not that long, and it was, you know,
we always squeezed him.
A small part of the whole, like at least the whole, like, what, 6-7 years that I've been doing it. So we could probably sum that up in about 3 minutes.
When we get our WRMN show to go out to the Boomers, you going to come with?
Oh, yeah.
We're going to try and get a big party going on.
Never been to a Boomers game.
Never, ever?
I've also never met Tim Calderwood.
I know.
We were supposed
He's a mystery. He's a mysterious guy.
We're supposed to sit down and have a beverage one time. And actually, that was, speaking of like fond memories, one of my fondest memories was probably when we would meet up at Rookies or something and watch at least one Bears game a season with Larry, and had some listeners and stuff come out for that. And that was good. Like that.
We've had some good times with Larry over the years, haven't we?
Oh, yeah.
Larry's coming back to town tomorrow. I think he's going to be back around. So we'll have to all get together and catch a Cubs game.
Okay.
Or at least have a beverage.
I'll do that.
And pretend like we're watching the Cubs game.
Perfect.
I'd be down for that.
8:08 here at WRMN. Tammy sent in a picture. Tammy who has talk time with Tammy in the afternoons. Unfortunately, it's not translating that big onto our YouTube page. But there is a Nightmare on Chicago Street last year. A picture that we took here at the radio station. We had similar costumes.
And you
day.
glow in the dark. Yours looks like it glows in the dark.
That's my one Halloween costume that I have. So I reluctantly wore
I like the face you're making. Like, you're too cool for this.
It's my badass look. Yeah.
Absolutely badass.
I have one skull cap looking thing that kind of matched the rest of it.
Look at you, cool.
You mean you don't have one of those T-shirts that says "This is my costume"?
No.
Oh.
Tammy's on in the afternoons, and Tammy and I we go back a little ways now.
You go way back.
Yeah.
Way.
Tammy reached out. Tammy reached out. I don't know what year it was, but she sent me an email, and I was program director, and she's like, I have a radio background, and I'd like to get back into it. Don't need a full-time job, but I kind of like to do it for a hobby. If you have anything, let me know. And for some reason, I thought, she sounds like someone that makes sense to have around here. There was just something about her email that I'm like, you know what, I'm going to call Tammy. So Tammy came in, and we talked, and I said, we are a radio shopping show radio station. That's basically all we do besides my morning show. Mm-hmm. So if you want to do the radio shopping show, we might have a spot for you. And so for a while, she did the radio shopping show, and she did it both for our station and for WBIG out of Aurora, which we were sister stations at the time. She'd kind of go back and forth and do that. And then things changed, and Tammy wasn't with us for a while. And then when Dino and Dennis took over, we were trying to figure out what to do with the afternoons. And I've always kept in touch with Tammy. I said, I know Tammy's got more talent than just doing the radio shopping.
Right.
So let's call her. And so we called her, and Tammy came in, and now she's back on the air with us every day from 2 to 4, not doing the radio shopping show.
There you go. Let that be a lesson to you kids. It doesn't hurt to reach out and be proactive about doing something.
That's right. So there's my long story long on that. But we'll keep in touch, Tammy. She says, sad to see you go, Mr. Mark. Hoping you will be back. Thanks for hiring me back in 2019. I didn't remember when it was. Enjoy your next adventure. And remember, make good decisions. That's the way she goes off of her show.
Good decisions.
Good decisions.
No, you're not working here anymore. You can make, well, you are, but you can make all the bad decisions, and they won't be told about on the radio.
Yeah, but I don't want to go to jail either.
I got bail. I got you.
Yeah, we don't need bail.
And we got a lawyer. Yeah, and we got a lawyer.
Illinois.
We have our own lawyer here as well, Mr. Jimmy Vaselli.
Plus, I forgot about the Safety Act.
Yeah, safety. You
don't get to be scared about it anymore.
Done. You're
getting out. Yeah, that's why nobody's scared to commit crimes anymore.
You just sign your name and go, I promise I'll be back someday. Peace out.
I'll show up in court. Don't you worry about it. I got a car. There's 49 other states to go. I'll be back for court.
I'm on my way, Judge.
812. Let's take a couple of phone calls. 847-931-1410. Good morning. Welcome to the WRMN Morning Show.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Mystery Man Dick.
Who's this?
Mystery Man Dick.
It's the Mystery Man.
Is this the Mystery Man in the beige van that drives by?
Yes, it is. It's
okay.
Dick
Hi, Mystery Man in the beige van.
Hi, Dick.
Hi. A couple things. I certainly wanted to wish Mark the very best, and also to let you know that the barometric pressure is inches of mercury.
It is inches.
It is inches. Somebody else texted me that, and I didn't have the opportunity.
She didn't want to tell me I was
that.
right, so thank you, Dick.
No, you were right. You were right. I would tell you were right.
Okay.
There wasn't a time to, like, in the middle of talking about everything else, just go, oh, by the way.
And I wasn't saying that you were wrong. I just didn't know how that related in inches.
I didn't either.
Because I don't think about pressure being done in inches.
Yeah.
Right.
But makes sense.
Okay.
Well, it's a sealed tube of glass that they initially fill up with mercury that's 35, 40 inches long, and then they put the mouth of it in a little bowl of mercury. So the air pressure pushes on the surface of the mercury in the bowl and holds the mercury up at a height that, as you mentioned before, varies with the weather conditions.
Right. You would think now, this far advanced in technology, there'd be a better way to do it than a bowl of mercury. But
Yeah, but some things are
that's cool.
tried and true. That's why I still use a sundial at home.
Nice.
Wow.
Well, mercury is kind of poisonous, but it's certainly more accurate than the old little kind of piston thing that fits in a little round barometer that you might have on the counter at home or something.
Huh.
Wow.
Well, appreciate you driving by thousands of times over the last several years,
And
Mystery
don't
Man.
stop. Keep driving by and honking, because I'll be here.
Yeah, you may have to honk because you have to get the new hosts and Suzy to remember to look out for your van when you drive by.
Right.
I seem to always see you for the most part when you
I do
drive
too.
by. Yeah.
I'm always like, there he goes, the mystery man in the beige van.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, sometimes remember there's a huge red van that I drive.
He was the mystery man in the long red van, but he's been driving the beige van more in the last couple of years.
I will keep my eyes out for both of them.
Well, the beige van is much better on gas mileage, and it's much lower in mileage. The red van is almost 400,000 miles.
Seriously?
Wow.
Can I ask what brand of van that is?
What brand?
Chevrolet.
Sorry?
It's a Chevy?
It's a Chevy.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, thanks, Mystery Man, for calling this morning and for clearing up the barometric pressure debate.
Always a pleasure.
All right, buddy. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, red vans always make me smile because I remember when you're a kid and you're being taught stranger danger, it was always like a guy with a red van that was just like, you want some candy?
Is it a red van?
It was always a red van in like the illustrations and stuff.
You know, maybe it's been episodes of Forensic Files that I've seen where there's been kidnapping in vans, but I always think of the white van with the ladder on top. But
yeah.
But there's a lot of white vans with ladders on top because they're working man's vans.
And typically the hook in the middle of the floor with no seats, so you could I've watched too much ID channel.
Yeah.
Now for me, it's, at this age, it's the guy in the red van that goes, hey, I got some wine. Want some free wine? I'm all in.
I was going to say, nowadays, like Game Boys and candy isn't going to do it for kids anymore. They'd be like, what else you got?
I got a PlayStation. You got to go
big. I got a PlayStation and I got a bottle of vodka.
Okay, we're in. Let's go.
I don't know why Northwest West is so freaked out about the Copper Creeper. It's got lots of windows.
Childhood trauma, possibly.
Yeah.
It could go deeper than just the Copper Creeper.
Because it's not a scary van. It's a happy van.
It is kind of it's groovy.
It's a groovy
For
van.
its era, it's groovy.
Yeah. 8:16 here at WRMN. Come see the Copper Creeper at future car shows near you. Maybe on the 14th of May over at the American Legion. That's the first one I know about.
That would be cool.
This year.
You'll have to get it out to the Hampshire Car Show.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that Hampshire Car Show is unbelievable.
It's huge.
Unbelievable.
Huge.
Out in the Shire?
Out in the Shire.
Out in the middle of the
Same
field.
with, have you ever been to the one in Sycamore? They do once a year.
I've never been to the one in Sycamore.
That, too, is enormous. Absolutely enormous.
I've heard about that one.
That's what she said.
Uh-huh. Good on.
Yes. 8:17 here at WRMN. Let's take a phone call or 4 and see if we can get him in before 8:30 at 847-931-1410. Let's start with this caller. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
And good morning.
Good morning.
It is my friend, Joyful Jeanette.
Joyful Jeanette, good morning.
I just want you to guess me. Welcome aboard, Suzy.
Thank you, honey.
Top message of today is to let Marky B know the ground shaking and the wind blowing is me dancing and waving a hearty received greeting I get from him when I pass by and wave my hand.
Aww.
So you can just let him know that since I hadn't talked to him or seen him.
Well, he's here. He's listening.
I'm here right now.
But yeah, I want you to give it to him that way.
Okay.
I welcome you. So when you see Jeanette waving and dancing about, it's me. Welcome aboard.
Yay,
Marky
thank
B.
you.
The rest of your earthly travels, God's blessing be with you. Keep your spirit going. Keep staying involved, hands in and hands on. I love you. And, Susie, I will be seeing you soon. I'm going to the other senior center today.
I'm gonna hold you to it.
Yes, prayerfully I'll see you next week sometime.
Perfect, because then you know what? I'm a hugger. You're going to get a big old hug from me.
I love my heart-to-heart hug.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Yay, I can't wait.
Glory, snap and all. Take care and see you soon.
Bye, honey.
Take care. Thanks for calling, Jeanette. Love you.
Yes, love you.
Bye. We got to dance together at a senior gala.
Oh, fun.
That I was able to kind of co-MC last
fun.
year. So, and I've seen her many times, and we've danced together over at the Senior Center before, some of the luncheons and other things they've had going on. 819 here at WRMN, 847-931-1410. Taking a couple of more phone calls here. Let's see who.
Who could it be now?
I think it's our old buddy Jake's. His name is Larry Jones.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, way. Hi, Larry.
Hey, man.
Good morning.
Hey, how are you, Susan?
I'm well, thank you.
Listen, a couple of things, Mark. I'm a little disappointed. You couldn't have held out another week so I could get there. There's donuts. There's people. Come on now.
Yeah, it's the party of the century.
If I know you're coming, I'll make sure we have donuts and coffee.
I don't know.
How about that?
Yeah.
I know.
Well, what I said earlier this morning, Larry, is that since it's been such an overwhelming response today, I'm going to have a last day every Friday.
Yeah.
So we can just do this every Friday and pretend like it's my last day again.
That's a great idea, Mark. I tried to stretch my going away out as long as I could. I think that's the way you do it. You know what I mean? But what's important is don't do anything bad in that time. You know what I mean? So everybody's just talking about good things. Don't do anything bad.
Right.
So, yeah. Hey, I'm not going to stay on too long because I know you got people that are calling, but a couple of things. I had always hoped that we would be able to get together to celebrate you learning to play that piano.
That's one of the things that didn't quite work out, of all the schemes and plans.
Not even Mary Had a Little Lamb?
No, I got a piano once upon a time. I thought it was going to be a great idea for me to learn to play the piano and eventually maybe have a little organ here in the studio to play at Christmas time and stuff. So we haul this big piano down to my man cave, and it's been sitting there for about, I don't know, half a dozen years now.
I remember
Is that why there was a keyboard sitting here forever?
Yeah, maybe so.
Because you were like, I'm going to play that one day.
Never happened. Now I get yelled at all the time about having a piano in the basement, and how are we going to get that out of here?
Those are heavy.
Yeah.
I didn't call to be and I told you so, but I believe that the first show you mentioned that piano to me, I told you that's not going to happen.
Larry's the voice of reason.
He was always the voice of reason. These pianos, that's why people give them away.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. Yeah. That's exactly right. Hey, and I'm going to go. But I think when I think about the time being down there, and certainly getting to meet everybody is a big plus, and the friends that you hope you'll have forever. But some of my best times, and I think Jakes will agree, was when we were on breaks or before we came on the air, the chats that we would have around the studio that were not airworthy.
Oh, yeah.
Those are golden, man.
Oh, they were definitely airworthy. They just weren't
not for this
good.
station.
You couldn't.
Probably after
couldn't have
10
that on
o'clock
the air.
at night.
Yeah,
It's
maybe like XM radio or something.
Yeah, late night radio.
Yeah, maybe something like that. But some of my best memories are just waiting to either come up on or during a break or whatever, and just whether it was reflecting on how the show was going, reflecting on the news, whatever. They were great.
Mm-hmm.
So
we'd start the segment laughing, and people would wonder why we just turn the microphones on and we're laughing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And sometimes we get in trouble because we might run a little bit over on the break because we didn't want to get back in there too quick. But anyway, good luck to you, pal.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks for everything.
I'm not sure if you're not cleaning out your office because you're not coming back, or you just don't know what to do with everything you got in there.
I don't want to bring more stuff home, so Dean's going to let me keep a storage locker here for a little while.
Yeah. Right, well, you take care. I'll get back tomorrow, and then we'll get in touch, okay?
Sounds great, Larry. Thanks, man.
Bye, Larry.
Take care, guys. Bye-bye. Good seeing you, Jake.
All right, man.
Larry Jones checking in, heading back to town.
Yeah.
So it won't be long.
Where's he coming from?
I'd like to see him.
From Naples, Florida.
Oh, very nice. He's a snowbird.
He is.
All right. Very nice.
But he loves it up here in the summertime. He spends He spends a lot of time up here, up in Huntley, over in Delaware, where he stays.
Yeah, he's literally 10 minutes from me. He's like just down the road.
8:23, 3 more phone calls to try to squeeze in before the 8:30 break here. And let's see who we have first. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning.
Good morning.
This is Jake's uncle, Blair.
Wow. How's it going, Uncle Blair?
Uncle Blair's never called the show before.
Never called the show.
I'm down in Florida right now. Your mom and I are baking bread, and we're watching you guys on YouTube.
Sounds awesome.
Wow, sounds like a big time.
That's it. That's what we do for adventure down here.
It's the retired life.
That's the truth. Sorry to hear this is your last show.
Well, that's all right.
Yeah.
It's time, but it's been a good run.
Well,
never say never. Never say
That's
never.
what I was saying. Never say never. You never know what could happen.
Yeah.
That's it. Well, I wanted to check in and say hey.
Yeah, I'm here too. So.
Well, I'd hope so.
It's Kay Jakes. Hi, Kyla.
Was that your mom?
Said, you ever call in? And I'm like, yeah. But usually I try to do it when Jakes isn't there so he doesn't feel awkward. So.
Yeah, when she calls in, he never talks.
Well, I mean, there can be only room for so much Jacobson on the air.
So, but anyway, yes, it's I can take the reminder off my phone because Jakes is no longer going to be on the air on Friday morning. So.
Well,
yeah, at least for now.
Still give it a listen, Kyla, and we'll keep you posted on the future.
All right, that's awesome.
Thanks for calling this morning.
Thank you.
All right, take care.
Bye.
Bye. All right, so we have 2 more phone calls and 4 more minutes, and I think Dino might pop in for a few minutes before we talk sports after the 8:30 break. Thanks, everybody, for all the phone calls. We're never going to get to everything on YouTube today, are we, Suzy C?
We are not.
There's just so much.
There's some people. Wendy, we're sorry. Phil, a relatively recent listener, says you're a very talented radio person. Enjoy your shift in direction.
Well, thank you. Terry S. has sent a couple nice messages the last couple of days. Very sad day today, Mark. You've been a part of my day for the last 8 or 9 years. I'm sending you a card to the station today. Please watch for it. Wish you all the best. Thank you. Let's see. We've had a few more, but I want to take these last 2 phone calls. The first is David Tees. Hey, David. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody.
Morning, David.
You got donuts down there, you said?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Come on down.
Ooh. I mean, come on down and get a donut.
You should.
Nice.
We'll give you one if you fix my hot water heater.
Hey, you got a water heater problem? Just give me a call. I'll come and fix it for you. Come on, man.
It's just hot. You never knows what temperature it wants to be in the morning.
I'll also come over and take a look at it. Besides that, Lisa from the Trump Store's got something for you and Sue.
She does?
And, she's got... I got to see her on Tuesday anyhow, so she said she's got a gift for the both of you again.
Aw, she was very sweet. Very nice woman.
She's wild and wacky. I kind of like her.
Yeah, she was good. She was fun.
She is a wild one. Well, I guess we're going to miss you.
You guess.
I guess.
I guess we're going to miss you. I don't know about that. Wow, what a bombshell. Didn't see that one coming.
You never know. Did you realize you're taking my place, by the way?
No.
Have you been told yet?
How early do you get up?
I'm not a morning guy. Yeah, I got to get up there early. No, I just got up about 20 minutes ago, 30 minutes ago.
I'll take Jacob to school. It's all good.
There you go. In the copper creeper there, huh?
Yeah. We'll go creeping by that school.
Listen, the school will be calling on day 1 going, we should probably have a conversation. Who is this guy taking your kid to school?
Yeah, they're stranger danger in front of us.
They would just bring all the kids outside. They'd bring all the kids outside and go, okay, kids, this is what you need to stay away from.
Well, yeah, and usually you're bringing the kids into the van, not letting them out.
No, we don't let them out.
Yeah. Oh, no, hey, Jakes, you'll want to let this kid out, trust me.
It's the shag carpet that's alarming.
Anybody kidnaps this kid, they will bring him back to us with money in it.
I was going to say, they're going to pay you to take him back.
Trust me, Mark knows.
Well, thanks. Thanks for everything, David.
Hey, thank you for being on air, giving everybody a good time in the morning. waking up early and doing what you did. We're going to miss you. That much I do know. But I'm not going to stop stalking you.
No.
You're not going to stop stalking me.
No, let's keep stalking each other, and we'll talk soon.
Come on down for a donut.
I'm going to, as soon as I drop off the monster.
Perfect.
Right. Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, this is going to be a last call before the 8:30 break. I don't know if Darlene can keep it short enough, but she's going to have to.
She's going to have to.
Toodaloo, Darlene. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Is it me?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to thank you so much for the weights. God.
Oh, so glad you got them.
Yeah.
That was so nice of you, Mark. Thank you for bringing them over to her.
Yeah. Well, Miss Darlene's a sweet lady.
It was my birthday Tuesdays, so that's almost like a birthday present.
Well, happy birthday.
Yeah, thank you, dear. I hate to think of you not being there, Mark.
I guess I'll have to come see you in person, Darlene. Can you handle that?
That'd be cool.
That way we'll get more than like 2 or 3 minutes together. All right, well, take care. We got to hit this bottom of the hour break, but I will.
Okay. Love you.
Thank you so much.
Bye, Darlene.
Toodaloo. I'll see you soon.
Okay.
All right, bye. Darlene checking in. All right, coming up on 8:30. I think Dino's going to check in a couple of minutes here, and then we're going to talk sports on the WRMN Morning Show.
With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Curdan. Brought to you by Cintas. Elgin's architectural heritage took center stage last night as the Elgin Heritage Commission honored this year's recipients of the Mayor's Award for Preservation. The awards recognized individuals and organizations whose dedication has safeguarded historic homes, celebrated cultural resources, and promoted heritage education across the city. The City of Elgin seeking applicants for a diverse range of positions, both full-time and part-time. Opportunities include Assistant City Manager, Assistant Water Director, Marketing Specialist for Cultural Affairs and Special Events, and Social Worker. Find out more on the City of Elgin website. The third annual Taco About It with a Cop community event is happening on Monday, May 5th from 5 to 7 p.m. at 75 Clock Tower Plaza. Residents are invited to meet with local police officers, ask questions, share concerns, and enjoy some tacos. Local organizations will also be on hand to provide resources for families. With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Curdan.
Progressive knows there are some surprisingly expensive things in life, like frames. Because you found a classic 70s concert poster. But when you went to get it framed, you realized the frame will cost about 4 times the amount of the poster. Which is actually absurd because no one will be looking at the frame, and if they are, then you severely overestimated how cool this poster is. But then you remember by switching your home and auto to Progressive, you could save hundreds and put it towards a classic 70s concert poster in an absurdly overpriced frame. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Are you a small business owner who needs immediate cash flow? At Swish Funding, we have flexible funding options from $25,000 to $2 million. For the best rates and terms for your business, just one application to Swish Funding gives you access to our entire network of funders with cash in your account in as little as 24 hours. To qualify, you must be in business for at least 1 year with monthly revenue of $50,000. Apply at swishradio.com and use code RADIO. Swishradio.com, code RADIO.
Let me tell you a story about Bill. Bill was a normal guy in his 50s. He had back surgery about 2 years ago. Bill was in a lot of pain. He dealt with his pain by taking the Percocets his doctor prescribed for him. Bill took more and more and more of them to help with the pain, until one day the prescriptions weren't enough to get rid of Bill's pain. Then one day Bill found someone to help him get rid of the pain with illegal drugs he didn't need a prescription for. Fast forward to today. Bill lost his job and his family. The only thing he does have is his drug dealer. If you know Bill's story and you don't want to end up like Bill, call the Detox and Treatment Helpline right now to get away and get treatment.
800-694-1127. 800-694-1127. 800-694-1127. Call right now. Help is standing by. 800-694-1127.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. Today, mostly cloudy with a slight chance of rain showers and a high near 62. This afternoon, temperatures falling to around 58. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a chance of rain showers and a low around 43. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy with a chance of rain showers and a high near 54. Currently, it is 49 and overcast. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
At Straight Talk, we are all about no-brainers. Calling Grandma for her recipe, no-brainer. Streaming one more episode at 2 a.m., big no-brainer. Getting real unlimited data where you buy bananas, the ultimate no-brainer. Switch now and get a free Samsung Galaxy A16 5G or Moto G Power 5G 2024 with select plans. Straight Talk, real unlimited data. Available at Walmart and straighttalk.com. Offer valid through 5/19/25. Taxes and fees apply. Requires in-source single line activation on qualifying plan. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com/terms. Copyright 2025 Verizon.
You're back. We're back. Let's do this. It's the WRMN Morning Show with Marky B and Suzy C. Buckle up, Fox River Valley.
Let's see if we got everybody on the camera here. We got sonar stretching across the front of it there, and trying to get everybody in for a few minutes. 8:34 here at WRMN AM 1410, WRMN Radio on YouTube. We're all cozy.
Well, look at us.
Super cozy.
Yeah.
It's like me and the boys. Me and the boys.
In the house.
Are you playing with the boys?
I'm playing with the boys with Kenny Loggins.
You guys have heard of Playing with the Boys by Kenny Loggins, right?
Oh, yeah. That was from that Top Gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the actual heck?
I think it was
Marky
the volleyball.
Yeah, it was a
They were
volleyball
playing
scene.
volleyball.
Yeah.
What in the actual heck? How did you and I not know this?
I don't know.
Give me some Loggins.
I just know Danger Zone and Footloose.
Yeah.
And that Loggins was with Messina back in the 70s, right? 8:35 here at WRMN AM 1410 and WRMN Radio on YouTube. It's Jakes and Suzy C and Dino and Sonar all joining me for a few minutes.
Surrounded by the handsomest men in radio. I am a lucky girl
You
today.
better go clean them glasses a little bit. But
yeah.
Well, I shouldn't say for everybody, but for me. You know, Mark, we had to jump on and purposely later in the hour because we wanted everybody to show their love, show their appreciation. Certainly Dennis and myself, when we came around, you're the one that brought me around recently, Mark, and I'll always be grateful for that. You and I have a friendship, and I hope still have a friendship.
Yeah.
And nothing has been severed from that. And the people know that this is a amicable decision.
I literally was just going to say that.
Yeah. And it
amicable?
Amicable.
Yeah. Go right ahead. Isn't that a good word?
It is a good word.
You know, you work at the law office, you catch some of these big fancy words. I said something else driving here. What did I say? I said a real nice way. Hey, that's not important. The thing is, we are all here. And listening this morning to a lot of what I've heard is so refreshing. This is not a funeral. This is not a, oh boy, this is the end of it. It could be an end of a segment, let's say.
See you later.
End of a run per se, but you're still going to be with WRMN if that's remains your choice. We want you to be a part of WRMN. You've done great service for WRMN. You've done great service for the community. You've served as a township trustee, so you've been in the area. You've done your area well. You've done what most people that come into a community that want to be involved into a community do. And that's what we've changed WRMN to. The community broadcast aspect, the idea of, you know, some people didn't like when we added one more person and changed the morning show a little bit.
Bye.
But it's something that it's all just a part of change, you know, good change, positive change. You've had so much that you've brought to here, and I want to personally thank you, wish you the best. You know I love your brother with all my heart, and I mean that sincerely. I'm not just saying it to, you know, oh, I got to get in there and say something really nice and, you know, lasting. But this is a celebration of all you've done for every one of us. You know, and you guys want to know who's going to be on starting Monday?
No. Yes.
I'm not going to tell you. That's good.
I meant to say yes, not no.
Yeah. Well, you said no, so I'm going to go with that
I was
one.
about to cry, so I'm glad you you said something.
Yeah, we're not going to do it. We're going
teary-eyed.
to come Monday. We hope we're going to keep a lot of our listeners. Mark had a certain style, and it was a good style. It was his style. We all have our own style.
Yeah.
And again, now I just learned Jake's had this cool show about the millenniums, and I just got done talking to him. Man, I wish he'd come back and do something in the afternoons like that. And maybe it was a little before its time, Jake's. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's everybody brings something to the show. Would you not say that, Dennis? Everybody, and it's what it is. And it's hard to coordinate all of this. You read some good comments, you read some real negative, nasty, stupid comments, but that's what they want to say. This is your platform. This is your radio station. We were honored with the 75th years of being in the business. I wish I could say I'm the one that did it, but I wasn't. I walked into it after with my partner, Dennis. And we had our other partners, Marky and everybody else around us. And we doing the best we can. We made a major transformation from doing that radio shopping, what was it?
Radio shopping show?
I was, club discount thing. That was one of the best ideas 50 years ago when it was born. But it changed and it evolved. And now look where we're at. And that's the same thing here. We hope that we're going to evolve into something good. I heard Larry on the phone just a little while ago. He's going to be coming back in town. We got Jake's over here. We got Mark. Mark's not leaving. Not going. Well, let's get everybody back on the radio again. Maybe in about a month.
We'll get the band back together.
There you go. And we could do this regularly. And again, it's just so everybody knows that, look, this is still a family. Chicago Mike, he gave me this beautiful thing with the
58 Mike, yeah.
58 Mike, but I call him Chicago Mike.
Yeah.
That was the guy that used to do our seats over at the restaurant. But anyhow, great thing as far as being one of the first shifters. The first shifters are still alive. The first shifters, we still want to do a lot of things as the first shifters, and that supports the morning show. The morning show is still going to go from 6 to 9, 9 to 10. We're doing our community parts that we do. But this is something that we want to perpetuate, keep going, and we just really wish you the very best. We thank you for all that you've brought here to the radio station. And I don't know, can you say anything bad? I mean, we can get some bad stuff here.
Bad stuff? Oh, yeah, sure, bring me on.
Save that for when the microphones are off.
But no, you have a way of bringing people together, Mark, that other people just can't. The part of being able to form a community around a morning show, do it this long as well, is the other testament to what you do. Because you can't, if you could come in, anybody can spend a couple weeks and be the best at what they do, maybe for 3 months, 6 months, a year, but for 8, 9 years, that's truly a feat to be able to do that every single time. So I commend you for all of that.
Well, thank you. Thank you. It's been fun. It's been fun. It's been amazing to see the evolution and how it's all come together. I mean, the first time I ever did a show upstairs, September the 6th, I think, 2016. I'm not sure I knew that I even had one listener. I just didn't feel, I couldn't see outside. I didn't know what I was inheriting, and I didn't know if anybody was listening at all. And
wasn't that a dark, depressing little
kind of, yeah.
Because I remember coming up doing some of the shows early on with the Knights of Columbus and the Italian organizations, and they would say, "Oh yeah, the radio's up." I was like, "Ugh."
Yeah.
I realized, thank God, this is a radio station.
I moved down here was 8 years ago yesterday.
Oh, it was?
May 1st of 2017.
Nice.
Was the first show down here. And so that really helped the visibility of the radio station. The studio is great. The next level that you guys have taken the studio to is great. So, yeah, this is all just a part of the big plan. I don't know what the big plan is, but we'll see how the big plan evolves, right? I guess that's what makes it fun. You don't know what comes next.
You know, you want to put a target on your back. Get involved in a radio station because everybody loves to throw daggers, you know, and we try to do the best we can, and we're going to continue to do the best. We were fortunate and still fortunate to have the crew that we have. Mark serving for so many years and continuing, agreeing to continue to serve. It's going to be great. So I'm looking for great things, and I just wish you the very best. I hope this time, I know you're a nature guy, and when you had told me what your plans were, I says, wow, why would you pass that up? You know, so give you some time, balance yourself, see where you want to be, and let's do what we have to do.
Smell some fresh air for a while.
Yeah, I think you're going to need it. Yeah.
Clear the head and then see what happens next. So, well, thanks for coming on. Thanks for the kind words.
Absolutely. We love you to pieces.
Thanks for everything. Thanks for letting me keep my email address.
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
There you go.
Oh.
Hell,
I got a scheduled guest for the morning show.
In storage in the,
I got to
in
keep
your
calling
desk.
Sue and saying, "Hey, Sue, someone else wants to be on the show. Someone else wants to be on the show."
Bring him in.
Yeah. Well, thanks, guys. Appreciate it. We'll keep in touch.
You got it.
Thank you. It's 8:43 here at WRMN, and we do have a little sports talk for the final 10 minutes of the show here. Jake's and Suzy C, and I was going to call him last night, but I didn't. He's Tim Calderwood, and he joins us from the Schaumburg Boomers right now. And hey, Tim, for a while at least, it's the last time that me and Jake's are going to be talking to you. Welcome to the show.
I'm already tearing up.
No, you're not. You know what Jake's was saying, Tim? All these years, how many times have you and I met? Twice? Twice, I think. Once when you came to the radio station years ago when the Boomers were still on the station, and you came up and we talked about the commercials and things like that. And then the one time over at the library where we did a live broadcast, I think it's the only 2 times that you and I have met. And Jake's has never met you.
Never met you.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
And yet we feel like we know each other for years, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So Suzy C and other hosts are taking over the morning show.
Yeah,
and
so
certainly this is still a window for you, Tim, if you want to call in and talk Boomers baseball and sports with them.
Please do. Please do.
All right.
Because we're not going anywhere.
I will plan on it.
Awesome.
As long as you will have me, that is.
I will have you. Absolutely.
Well, we got about 9 minutes to talk a little sports here, I guess, at the tail end of this one. And we have stumbled into the month of May. It is May the 2nd. That means Major League Baseball is a month old, and Boomers baseball is about to fire up. Why don't you give us a Boomers baseball update, Tim?
Absolutely. There's actually an open exhibition game this morning at 11 o'clock. There's another one tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock. This team can straight up hit, I'll tell you that. There are some big boys from what I've seen. And I don't know if that's just Jamie Bennett's way of, over the last couple of years, realizing that we've been missing that big bat, and so you've got 4 or 5 big bats, or if it's his way of saying, hey, I know that our pitching's been down lately. We're going to need to outscore some teams, so we need to bring in some people that can score some runs. But spring training is well underway. In fact, roster has to be down to 28 by the end of the weekend, with eyes on 24 for next Thursday's season opener. So it is right around the corner. Competition is hot, and it's exciting. So I know that everybody is fired up for the season to get rolling, and it's one of those things that, once you start counting down, it comes up on you quickly, and it certainly has again this year.
So the first game of the season is next Thursday, and you guys are starting the season at home. Is that right?
We have 1 single game at home.
Okay.
And then 3 at Joliet over that next weekend.
Then 3 at Joliet over the following weekend. And I remember last year at this time when we talked, Tim, you were talking about how this team was going to be able to manufacture runs and play small ball. So this is a different outlook. Why do you think Jamie Bennett made the change? This is just the group of players he has assembled for this year?
Part of the reason is that, yeah. But I think, like I said, I think he realizes that small ball's good, but you still got to have somebody who can hit the ball over the fence, strike a little fear into the other team, and drive in some runs. And that's honestly what's been kind of missing the last couple of years. So it's interesting how every season he kind of approaches building teams a little differently. And so that's been the approach of this year's team. I think we're going to score a lot of runs, like I said, maybe some high-scoring games. But I know there is a really good pitching staff in place, too. Kobe Schlotman, who was our opening night starter 2 seasons ago, is back after undergoing some injuries and some recovery. We have Cole Cook, who was the Frontier League's Pitcher of the Year in 2023. He's back with us again this year. He'll be our opening night starter on Thursday against Windy City. So the pitching staff has improved as well. And I think this is just finally the time where Jamie Bennett went through and, rather than kind of settling for the status quo, he really challenged the status quo. And I think that's a good thing.
8:48. Jake's has never been to a Boomers game. Have you been to a Boomers game, Suzy C?
I have not.
Never. Except
we want to plan a big outing.
These 2 have never been to a Boomers game.
No, we
Tim.
want to plan a big, huge WRMN outing. Mark and Jake said they would come.
Plan an outing, and when you come, I'll have you both throw out a first pitch.
Oh, That would be great. That would be great.
That would be awesome.
I got to do that one time. I probably talked about it on the air before when I was living in Memphis, and we had a AAA team, the Memphis Redbirds. And I threw out the first pitch, and I felt really cool doing it. And I threw a strike, actually.
You did?
I threw a strike under pressure.
Cool.
I threw a strike. I was playing ball at that time, so I was in baseball shape.
Nice.
So, well, we have about 4 or 5 minutes. Dean wants to jump back on at the very tail end before we go into our 8:54 break. So just a couple more minutes with Tim here this morning. Tim, you want to talk about the NFL draft, I guess? We get a Bears recap from you because other than the receiver that we got from Missouri and the first-round pick, which was the surprise out of Michigan, the tight end, I didn't really follow too closely the rest of the draft. How do you feel like the Bears did?
If I was to give it a grade, I would give it a solid B. Very clearly, Ben Johnson's influence was on this draft. Very clearly, there are some playmakers now on top of what they already had. There is no excuse for this offense struggling now. And I think Ben Johnson knows that. And, Luther Burden, who was that wide receiver, a lot of people said he was the number 2 wide receiver in the entire draft, and he just fell right into the Bears' lap. So he's a guy that can really open up the field as well. And I think that there's a lot of options for Caleb Williams out there offensively right now. I think the big question on the offense remains, the left side of the offensive line in terms of the left tackle position. They did draft kind of a project tackle again, but he's a big dude at 6'9" out of Boston College. And then still that running back position, what's going to happen there? Because if you think of Detroit, the Thunder and Lightning running approach of the fast back and the bruising back, they kind of feel like they got that a little bit in the draft with that late pick of the Rutgers running back. So it's going to be really interesting to see how this all comes together, which is a lot sooner than later.
Why didn't Deion Sanders' kid get drafted until the 144th pick in the draft when he was supposed to be a first-round draft pick?
I can kind of – I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that whatever team took him knew that they had to deal with his dad.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You think that's true, Tim?
I think part of that, yeah. I think the other thing is, look, there's a reason why, and we talked about this a little bit last week, right? The quarterbacks last year – there's a reason why the Bears wanted to keep that number 1 pick, because the quarterback class last year was 1,000 times better than the quarterback class this year. Cam Ward, who went number 1 overall, prospect-wise, would have been a guy who probably would have been a mid-first rounder this year, except that the Titans really needed a quarterback, so they drafted him at number 1.
Yeah.
So I just think that he wasn't as good as people thought, and that's the reality. And still, he's going to have to come in and compete in Cleveland because they drafted another quarterback besides him. And then I think the other thing, Jake's mentioned his dad and kind of dealing with that a little bit, but I heard that he did not have a good interview at all with the New York Giants, and so word got out quickly from the Giants and their head coach, Brian Daboll, who is a guy that really helped mold Josh Allen into the quarterback that he's become. And if he has nothing but negative things to say about someone, then, yeah, that's definitely going to affect him.
Well, just about a minute left here with Tim today, and then we'll get more from Tim next week when he calls in on the morning show. Any quick Cubs Sox thoughts, Tim? Cubs won 2 out of 3 at Pittsburgh, and they're still sitting in pretty good shape heading into the weekend against Milwaukee.
So I think White Sox-wise, the key is to not give up any runs, right?
Yeah.
Their last 2 victories have been shutouts, which is kind of funny to me, over Cleveland and also over the Brewers.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. And obviously, of course, if you don't give up any runs, you're going to win, you hope. But Cubs-wise, yeah, I mean, winning 2 out of 3 in Pittsburgh, I really feel like they should have had they'd be happy winning 2 out of 3 knowing they were going against Paul Skeens. But the way they roughed up Skeens yesterday, I'm sure they kind of feel like they had to have a sweep a little bit there. But
yeah.
Again, you're seeing the bats come to life, man. I mean, this team's going to be a scary offense during the year, and you saw it yesterday in that, I think it was the 5th inning, when Kyle Tucker, Dansby Swanson, and Seiya Suzuki all hit home runs. And then, of course, Suzuki went on to hit another one. It's a really good offensive team. And so I think that as long as they can get some solid pitching here and there, and their bullpen doesn't completely implode, then they're going to be in the conversation. And right now, I think a lot of people feel like this is the best team in baseball, which is rather frightening to think about.
Yeah. Well, I think the bullpen's going to get better. They continue to tinker with it, and it's early in the season, so I'm not sold on the bullpen being horrible. Well, thank you, Tim, and we'll talk to you again next week, and we'll talk about the Boomers opening night next Thursday.
All right. Well, all the best, Marky B.
We'll talk soon, buddy.
All right, you got it.
All right, take care. Tim Calderwood, and we welcome back Dino for a last minute before the music starts to play. Welcome back, Dino.
Hey, thank you very much. I just want anybody to think that Mark's going out without any type of a celebration or anything like that at all. Even though he's sticking around, we're still going to have a nice celebration. Mark's going to pick the day. We'll have it over at my house like we did for Larry and others as well. And we'll pick hopefully, a nice warm day where we can all enjoy each other, enjoy each other's company, get the first shifters, new listeners, old listeners, all listeners. Everyone is welcome, as we do all the time. And once again, Mark, best of luck. God bless you, brother, and great job here. Thank you very much.
So much. We'll be talking soon. I'll save that party until it gets a little warmer.
Yeah, you pick the date, man.
Okay, thanks. Thanks, Suzy C, for the 45 shows, 40 for you and me together. And good luck with everything, and we'll be talking. I'll be sending guests your way. And maybe being a part of the show every once in a while, too. Jakes, appreciate the time, man.
Yeah, man, it was good.
We'll have a beer very soon, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
And talk about our next endeavor, whatever that might be. All right, Chief Lally's around the corner. Friday is with the Finest coming up. Then Steve Thorne at 9:30. And the beat goes on. It's a Friday, heading for the weekend. Keep it right here on WRMN AM 1410 and WRMN Radio on YouTube. Good morning.
With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Kernan. Brought to you by Cintas. Elgin's annual 4th of July parade is set a return for this year, beginning at 9 a.m. on the 4th of July at Douglas and Slade Avenues, winding through downtown before wrapping up at Douglas and Highland near City Hall. Pause for a Cause Vet Care, formerly Spay, Illinois, has moved to Lisle and a newly expanded 16,000 square foot facility at 1620 Bond Street in Naperville. The clinic dedicated to affordable pet care will host a grand opening and ribbon cutting with the Naperville Area Chamber of Commerce on May 15th. DuPage County is recovering from a ransomware attack that disrupted computer systems in the Sheriff's Office, Circuit Clerk's Office, and the courthouse. Officials say essential government services remain operational thanks to emergency planning. While the county has not disclosed whether any sensitive data was compromised, the incident is undergoing an investigation by federal authorities. With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Kernan.
Progressive knows there are some surprisingly expensive things in life, like frames. Because you found a classic 70s concert poster. But when you went to get it framed, you realized the frame will cost about 4 times the amount of the poster. Which is actually absurd because no one will be looking at the frame, and if they are, then you severely overestimated how cool this poster is. But then you remember by switching your home and auto to Progressive, you could save hundreds and put it towards a classic 70s concert poster in an absurdly overpriced frame. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Are you a small business owner who needs immediate cash flow? At Swish Funding, we have flexible funding options from $25,000 to $2 million. For the best rates and terms for your business, just one application to Swish Funding gives you access to our entire network of funders with cash in your account in as little as 24 hours. To qualify, you must be in business for at least 1 year with monthly revenue of $50,000. Apply at swishradio.com and use code RADIO. Swishradio.com, code RADIO.
Progressive presents the Sports Flash on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN. The Blackhawks are looking forward to Monday's NHL Draft Lottery. They have the second best odds of capturing the top overall selection. Meanwhile, the team continues to look for a new head coach. Former Penguins coach Mike Sullivan at the top of the list. Former Rangers coach Peter Laviolette could also be in the mix. The Brewers beat the White Sox 6-4 in Chicago on Wednesday. Jake Bauers hit a 2-run double in the 8th, helping the Brewers to the win. Caleb Durbin drove in his 8th run of the season with a sac fly in the 8th. William Contreras 2 for 3 with an RBI to extend his hitting streak to 9 games. Afternoon matchup today at the rate. Sean Burke starts for the White Sox. The Brewers go with Chad Patrick. The Pirates beat the Cubs 4-3. Andrew McCutchen hit a 2-run double in the 7th to put the Pirates up, but right after that, a fan fell from a 21-foot high area in right field and was taken to the hospital in critical condition. Bundle auto and home, renters, or condo, and save with Progressive. I'm Chuck Sanders on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
Progressive knows you've got enough to worry about in life.
Hi, it's your life again. Feel like another year is just
slipping away. Yeah, remember all those New Year's resolutions you made? You still haven't finished the first book. Just 19 more to go. I mean, if we're being honest, it wasn't a very realistic goal. Have you ever considered that you intentionally self-sabotage? So what's that about?
So let Progressive protect your home and auto, because you've got enough to worry about. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers not available in all states.
Barbecue season is back. Hey, it's Ellen. And this is Sarah Beth. And a little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A Smokehouse Barbecue Bacon Sandwich is that zesty barbecue sauce. I love that it was a little sweet, a little tangy, and with the mac and cheese.
I feel like I tasted the brown sugar bacon first. It was the absolute best combination. Pro tip, 3 sandwiches are always better than 1.
Order the Smokehouse Barbecue Bacon Sandwich and a Coca-Cola on the Chick-fil-A app for a limited time. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. Today, mostly cloudy with a slight chance of rain showers and a high near 62. This afternoon, temperatures falling to around 58. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a chance of rain showers and a low around 43. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy with a chance of rain showers and a high near 54. Currently, it is 49 and overcast. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
At Straight Talk, we are all about no-brainers. Calling Grandma for her recipe, no-brainer. Streaming 1 more episode at 2 a.m., big no-brainer. Getting real unlimited data where you buy bananas, the ultimate no-brainer. Switch now and get a free Samsung Galaxy A16 5G or Moto G Power 5G 2024 with select plans. Straight Talk, real unlimited data. Available at Walmart and straighttalk.com. Offer valid through 5/19/25. Taxes and fees apply. Requires in-store single line activation on qualifying plan. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com/terms. Copyright 2025 Verizon.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410, Elgin time, 9 o'clock.
The Elgin Police Department is dedicated to working in partnership with the community to promote safety and enhance the quality of life by serving with professionalism, encouraging open communication, and embracing diversity.
Engaged.
Partnering with our citizens and involved in our community.
Progressive.
Embracing innovative strategies while maintaining proven practices.
Dedicated.
Serving with integrity and professionalism. Elgin became an incorporated city in 1854 and installed its first police marshal, George W. Renwick. Over the years, the title of the head law enforcement officer changed from marshal to chief. And although the role has expanded, one duty has remained consistent: to ensure law and order for the citizens of Elgin.
It's time now for Fridays with the Finest, featuring Elgin's current police chief, Anna Lally, on Elgin's hometown radio station since 1949, WRMN AM 1410 and 96.7 FM.
All right, it is time to continue this show on a Friday morning, and we've got the chief here with us. It is Fridays with the Finest here at WRMN AM 1410, WRMN Radio on YouTube here on the second day of May. And it's been kind of a crazy morning. Welcome in, Chief.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine. How about you?
Good, yeah. I was telling you, I heard the news yesterday. I was listening to the radio that, you are not leaving, but, changing it up.
Stepping back for a little bit.
Yeah, changing it up a little bit, right? So I know that you and I have been doing this show since I've been the chief, right?
How long have you been the chief?
Since July of 2018.
Okay.
So you've been here, right?
Oh, yeah.
So, and I remember, I think who was it before you that used to do the show?
It was Paul.
And there was Mike with
Mike.
His name?
It was Mike before that. Yeah. Mike Hunsaker.
Mike Hunsaker. Yes. Yeah. So we've been here for almost 7 years, and
you and I have been kicking it around for a long time now.
Yeah, we have been. So I think everybody. Well, first, I guess I don't know if it's congratulations or. I mean, I don't really know because it's not like you're really retiring.
Someone said that word yesterday. They used the word retire.
Yeah.
He's retiring, and I'm like, that would be the best scenario. I wish that was true.
Right. Yes, it's different when you're retiring.
Yeah.
So you're just, switching it up, right? Life is short. You got to do the things that you want to do while you can.
Got to go breathe the fresh air for a little while and
There
just
you
take a
go.
step back. I forgot how I worded it on an email to someone the other day. Withdrawing, reassessing, relaunching.
Okay,
withdrawing from everything for a minute, because it's been pretty hot and heavy for the last several years. I feel like it has,
Yes.
with me. And
a lot of
so
stuff going on, right?
withdrawing, reassessing life, and then relaunching in one way or the other. I don't know what the big plan is yet.
That's okay.
But that's what a lot of your officers say when they retire, right?
Yes.
There's still another plan. They just aren't quite sure what that big plan is.
You know, I've retired a lot of police officers, and I always tell people, so, when they tell me it's time, and then I have a meeting with them, and I've seen the whole range of emotions for people who, I will tell you the one thing that I see a lot is regret. So like when people say, I think people get too caught up in the day-to-day nuances of things that might be aggravating, and they don't see the bigger picture. So like when I'm always on the radio show talking about like, everybody take a step back, like see the bigger picture, like, life is too short for a lot of stuff that in 5 minutes, it's not going to matter. And so I think sometimes police officers, it's a very hard job. And they, especially if they've had some ups and downs in their careers. And so finally they get to the point where they're like, it's like, maybe I shouldn't have been so upset about that. Maybe I should have, learned a little bit more about somebody. Maybe I should have. So it's been really for me, for the past 7 years as the police chief to have those conversations with people. It's almost a gift because, the time that I have been the police chief, I think I really have appreciated a lot of we're on the radio here, so I won't swear. Even some of the very bad moments.
Some of the bullshit.
There you go.
Yes,
even some of the very bad things that, like, where, in the end, you start thinking about the beginning. And when that happens, you want to hopefully be able to say, you know what, I was able to endure that. I was able to go through that. I was able to become a better person for that. And now what am I going to do to give it to the next generation of people? Or you can just keep it to yourself, right? And a lot of times I think when, it's as much as it's been a gift to see people and have those emotions. Cause I always say when my time comes where I say I'm retiring, I'm not gonna regret anything.
I'm going to make a comeback. I'm going to make a comeback when you retire.
You are, so we can have that.
So we can have that show together.
Oh yeah. So it'll be coming soon. I'm in my 30th year here, and life changes and things happen, and I think the relationships that you build with people, and again, this is what I tell young officers. When you're having a conversation with a person and they may not care for your belief, how you are, whatever this is, there's some value in that conversation. And the best relationships are the ones that are in the middle. It's not everything is great and you're the best and blah, blah, blah. Or it's not everything you do basically is awful. You can't even breathe right. It's the middle, right? It's that supportive but critical. And so those are the relationships that I've truly appreciated. But, as you go on to your next, when people say your next chapter, your next phase, it's like a new adventure, right?
Yeah.
Like it's excitement. I mean, it's, I think people really, and, I have appreciated our conversations. I know sometimes that you'll ask me stuff and you'll ask me it again and you'll ask me it again.
Yeah.
But I understand where you're coming from because you have people who want to know. And, I think so. I appreciate everything you've done for the police department, especially the, First Responder Fest that started out with Back the Blue.
Yeah.
You chose to do that and you didn't have to do that. So I really appreciate that. The men and women of the police department. Had I had some time here, I am going to get you a plaque though from the police department. So we want to give you something and we'll invite you down to the police department to say thank you. So I think you truly deserve that. And, and then if you come back, you come back. I mean, I don't know, maybe you're going to be here every, couple months or something, right? Yeah. So who's going to be my host then?
I think they're still figuring it out.
Okay. So not,
it's been kind of sudden, so I don't think there's a firm plan in place yet, but it's going to work itself out over the next few weeks and we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But,
all right.
Yeah. 9:07 here. We have Chief Anna Lally with us. I was going to ask you something brilliant.
Oh, no.
And I forgot.
Yeah, it's your last day.
Oh, yeah. I'm finally going to ask you something brilliant after all these years.
Ahead, yes.
No, you know what you were saying about me, like being persistent with questions and things like that?
Yep.
One of the one of the interesting things to me, sitting in this spot over the last few years, has been, and I've had conversations with Dino and different people about this. Mm-hmm. It's like getting to know a lot of the people that work for the city, not only this city, but other villages, whether it be King County Sheriff, whether it be whoever it is, people that are elected officials or just work for the city, whatever. And then also speaking to the people every day, the listeners every day. It's almost like two sides.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like two sides, and I'm the guy in the middle.
Yeah.
And people like to listen or have enjoyed listening to me, I think, because they feel like I'm a regular person. I'm like one of them, and I'm not just here speaking the city speak.
Sure.
All the time.
No, I get it. Yeah.
You know, so it's always been kind of like a little bit of a balance, because I certainly respect and agree with and appreciate everything that an official has to do and the hard work that they put into it. But I also, as a regular person, I when someone says, yeah, but they're that way, or they need to do more of that, I'm also a regular person. So, so I kind of find myself always trying to be that balanced person over the last several years.
And that's not an easy thing to do.
Yeah.
Yes, no, I understand that position, right? So you're the balance between, for me, it's the balance between the police officers and the community, right? It's the same thing. You hear one side of how officers are, and then you hear how the community is responding, and you have to be that mediator. You have to be that balance, right? And so I can appreciate your position. That's why anytime there was something that was going on, whether it was good, bad, there have been times where I have to sit here and, we have some not good things happening, and I have to come here and I have to, and I never expected that you were going to be, not asking me something that was going on, right? I was very well aware of that. You were going to.
I always felt like that was kind of my role, one of my roles.
I had the choice to say, "Hey, Mark, I'm not coming in today," right? And I never did that, right? And I will never do that, because I understand your position. I believe that just being very open and transparent, and again, you can meet in the middle with stuff. So it never, that's part of what you do. I understand that, right? When people say, "Well, that's part of the job," until you actually experience that, where you are the mediator in the middle and you're trying to bridge the gap between the two, that's not an easy job. That's not an easy, so I think that it's always good to have the right information, which is always why I appreciate coming on the show and being able to tell people, here's what's going on. Now, whether or not they like it, believe it, disagree with it, agree with it, that's a different thing. But at least I'm able to say this is what it is.
And I understand sometimes that because of you guys, not everything that happens at work needs to come out to the public.
Correct.
Things, and no matter if you're the police station or at any job.
Correct. Yeah.
And certainly with investigations and open cases,
yes,
and things like that, you cannot say everything that you know. You cannot say everything that you know.
Yep.
And then there are people that, but I feel like I have to ask you as much as I can, because otherwise people would be like, he'll never talk. He'll never really ask the chief.
Oh, no, you asked me.
That, and the
oh,
other.
God, you would ask me. Yeah, then there were times where, like,
he just wants to be the chief's friend. He's not going to really.
No, I don't think that was it. It's never been like that. And I think that's, not that you're not a friend to. I mean, that's different. But it's never been like, your position, I understand. I choose to come to this radio show, right? I don't have to be at this radio show. So I understand and truly appreciate the partnership. I mean, the Cold Case podcast that we did, right? That's through WRMN, and look what we were able to do and to talk about it. And I think that, there are times that, there are things, one of the things I wanted to mention was the case that we had on the 800 block of Carr Street, because I wanted to ask.
Yeah, I do want to talk about that.
I want to answer some questions with that and stuff. And so, it gives an opportunity for me to come here and talk and answer questions. And, again, and I've said it many, many times, 99.9% of what the police department does is not a secret. But then there is that percentage where we're trying to make an arrest. We're trying to be respectful of people's privacy. We're trying to, legally, we can't say things, right? Because it might impact a case or a trial. So this, radio show is the opportunity to, give the listeners that perspective. And so, I've never I've never shied away from answering questions, whether it was from you or people calling in. There have been times I've come in here and it's been a great week, right? And you come here and it's a great week. The week when we were, doing the cold case and when we were able to talk about it and we were finally, that was a great week. And there's weeks where I have to come here and talk about, whether it was the task force or it was officer-involved shootings or it was my vote of no confidence or it was, I'm here. I have to talk about it, right? So I don't, and I just think that there's a lot of freedom in that. There's a freedom in just, saying it and being who you are and being upfront and not worrying about, the criticism. I think that because I'm sure you've been criticized on both sides, right? That's part of this job. Yes. Yeah. And, he shouldn't be doing this. He shouldn't saying that. It's like, well, okay, right, but this is where we are, and this is what it is. So, but
you got to do the best you can, and
you have to,
and then just leave it where it is, and do the best you can with the ability that you think you have.
Yeah, and like anything in life, right? Until somebody truly experiences. I get asked all the time what it's like to be the police chief, and I said, well, for me, it was. I've seen police chiefs, and I've seen some of their tenures, and mine has not been like that. Not since day one, and so, but I think when I look back at some of the stuff, just probably like you do, and you look back at some of the things that you've been here, whether it was COVID, the homeless thing, right? Like think about those hot topic things that you're sitting in here and you're getting that information to the community. And in the heat of the moment, everything seems so important. So this is everything. It's surrounding it. And then you realize here we are 3-4 months later. It is important, but it really just kind of things will work itself out, right? And while we're working it out, let's still be respectful to each other and supportive. And so, I can imagine, I think that, whether you took a day to think about saying you're going to step away or if you took months or whatever it was, you knew when you knew, right? People know when they know, right? Yeah. People, when they retire, they just say, I just know. You feel it, you know it, right? It's just something that, or not retire, but when you want to do something different, right? You just know it. You're ready. Maybe you're bored. Maybe you're, maybe you want a different challenge. I don't know, whatever it is.
There's a lot of different factors, but.
Yeah, and that's your personal, and that's the other thing too. I think a lot of times in these positions, when people choose to do something different, you don't owe anybody an explanation. It's what you choose to do, right? Now, if you want to share it, great, but like people should just accept it. I heard it on the radio. I was like, oh, okay, well, that's what he wants to do. Like, that's your life, right? But I'm glad that I was able to, that I'm here today to have the last show with you. Hopefully you do come back and maybe you do my last show when the time comes for me, when I retire, right? And that's the show that we've talked about where you can ask me anything you want to ask me.
Yeah.
Right?
Will I really get the real answers that day?
Yes. Probably. Depends. Let's see. But anyhow, I do want to...
we have 2 calls.
Sure. Yes.
We have 2 calls. And let's make it about the police show. Let's make it about the chief, please, if possible.
No, make it about
Let's not make it about
his day.
It's 8-4, so we've already had my part earlier in the show. 847-931-1410 is the number to call. We have the chief. She's casual today. I like your casual look.
Thank you.
You're always in uniform.
Yeah.
You look a lot more relaxed when you're casual.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Let's take this phone call first. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, Marky. I just wanted to say hi to the chief.
Hello.
It's beloved Becky.
Hello, Becky.
And welcoming your retirement, because I had to go through it myself because of illness. I had to have signed the resignation to my last job about 12 years ago. But my life actually became busier after that because I've been working for the church for 12 years as a volunteer.
Well, yeah, it's not retirement for me. It's just the next step, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But let's keep in touch, Becky.
Okay.
All right, thank you for calling.
Hey, have a good day, Becky.
Yeah. You too. Bye.
Bye. All right, Becky calling in. It looks like we might have Cody checking in next. Good morning. Welcome to the Fridays with the Finest.
Good morning. Did I hear correctly that you are retiring?
No.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. He just doesn't want to say the word.
It's not retiring. I wish I could, but I still got to make a living. But I'm going to step away from the radio station for a little while.
Okay, well, that's unfortunate. You're like one of the main reasons why we listen to the radio station. Like they got rid of Leah, they got rid of Gary, and now they're getting rid of you. It seems like.
Well, not getting rid of me. I get to keep my email address, Cody. No, I'll still be around. I'll still be around, but I'm not going to be on the morning show for a little while, and we're just going to see what happens.
All righty. Well, that is very unfortunate to hear.
Well, thanks for calling. I appreciate the support.
Yep.
All right, take care. All right, Cody stepping in. All
you
right,
know what else is funny, too? So I heard you talk later, and just that call from him. So I think it was when you were saying earlier about when you do decide to leave somewhere, then now everybody starts coming out saying, hey, don't go, I miss you, right?
Yeah.
So you're probably thinking this whole time, right, I'll just say this, and people will be like, all right, cool, see you, Mark, right? But now you kind of see, people appreciate what you do and really.
Well, thank God I got a response.
Yeah, otherwise you'd be
the last couple of days I've been like, dang. I had made no impact on anybody's life over the last 8 years.
But you probably didn't expect it was going to be as much, right? I mean, it's, I don't know, but it's when you, I think that shows, the value in what you did, and people truly appreciate what you did. And so it's great that people are calling. Anyone that wants to call in and say anything to Mark, go for it. I'll be here next Friday. So it's not right? I'll be here. But while we do have some time, I want to talk about this incident.
Yes, I do too. What an interesting incident took place last weekend.
Yeah, so I want to talk a little bit about it just to clarify some things too, because I did see some news articles, and I want to make sure that the right information is out there and the reasons for it and the why and stuff. And so April 27th at about 9:30 in the morning. So that was Sunday morning, right? Is that the Sunday?
Yes.
Yeah, that's Sunday.
It was Sunday, yeah.
So we get a call of a person that was struck, that was shot. And initially, that's the area. We were in the 100 block of South Du Bois, and that was a large police presence. So, and then eventually, an hour later, we updated our post to say that we were in the 100 block of South Commonwealth. Now, Du Bois, however you want to say it.
Yeah.
Carr and Commonwealth are all within a three block radius, right?
Yeah.
So when we have a person that is, ultimately, I'll just say the end result here and kind of explain things. But we responded to the 800 block of Carr Street, a report of a shooting victim. We located a 29-year-old male with a gunshot wound who was subsequently transported for his injuries. Our SWAT team showed up, and I'm going to touch base on that in a minute, and our major investigations division. After our investigation, we were able to determine that there was a gathering in the 100 block of South Commonwealth, and at some point during the early morning hours of April 27th, the 29-year-old left the gathering on foot. He comes back to the area. He enters a different location that was in close proximity because it's 3 blocks. It's not like it's, a mile away.
Yeah. So the gathering wasn't next door to where he got shot.
No, the gathering occurred at the 100 block of Commonwealth.
Okay.
So we are responding to the 800 block of Carr Street for a person that was struck.
Okay.
So this is why all these locations, because when we arrive into the location, we're talking to people. We're trying to figure out where did this person get struck. So we're shifting our command post, right? And eventually leads us that the party was in the 100 block of South Commonwealth, and that the incident happened at the 800 block of Carr Street. It's literally all within that area there. So when we're out there and we're saying there's a large police presence, initially we're in the 100 block of South Du Bois, getting our command post set up. So we want people to know if you are in this area on this street, you're going to see a SWAT truck, you're going to see a command post, you're going to see a lot of officers. Eventually, they shifted a little bit because they were getting some further information. They shifted then to the 100 block of South Commonwealth because they realized that that's where this gathering takes place.
Okay.
So they're trying to figure out where are the people, who's involved. And eventually, we end up learning that at the 800 block of Carr Street, which is where a 79-year-old male resident lives there. And that is the person that he awoke in the morning to find this 29-year-old, again, unknown to the homeowner, inside the residence sleeping.
Yeah.
There's a verbal and physical altercation, and then the owner discharged a firearm. So this is why it's the whole incident is happening And we want to make sure that as we moved from our first location, then to Commonwealth, and then eventually figure out where the shooting took place, which was on Carr, we're letting people know, hey, our command, we're shifting here. You're going to see more officers in that area there. So, I want to, we try to give as much information as we can, especially when in that incident, it's an active incident. What's going on is a person that's shot. We're trying to figure out, did the person who shoot this person, are they inside of a house, right? If we do, we need to call people out. So that's why our SWAT officers show up. So the SWAT team is comprised of officers. It's an ancillary duty, so that's not their primary responsibility. So what we do is when our patrol division responds initially, and then the supervisors make a determination, we need more resources, we need assistance. We have an armored vehicle. We have certain techniques and tactics that are a little bit above what a patrol officer is going to do. We call all those resources, right? We have all these resources at the police department. We're going to use them. So, but when people see the armored vehicle, right, that's something significant. And I've always said with the community too, if there's an active shooter event, that will absolutely be told. We will say that there's an active shooter in this area. Stay out of the area, right? We will say there's a large police presence. And we've done this for many years where people say, okay, this is isolated to this area. They're handling something. And eventually we're going to let you guys know what it is. But, there's a lot of moving parts too. I think a lot of times where, I think a lot of people think that somebody calls, the officers get out there, and then bam, 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 they solve it. It is not like that. It is somebody is shot. People might be in a house. We need to call people out. Is the shooter in the house? Maybe they're not there. There's so many things. And in the meantime, they're trying to figure out, like, is this person who's shooting, are they around us? Are they in a different house? Is this an old incident? So all these things. And so it's just very important that people understand, and again, the other thing too is releasing the information, right? So we literally at 9:30 say large police presence, 10:20 we say large police presence. 2 hours later, we basically say there's a gunshot wound, and we have everyone that is related to the incident. We have everyone that we need, which basically is now we need to investigate. And I think 2 days later, we ended up putting everything together. So,
yeah.
I think that, and I've said it many times, we need to be patient. If it's an emergency, we let people know. As just like this, you're going to see SWAT officers. You're going to want to know what it is. But you have to give us a little bit of time too, because the other part of it is the safety of the officers, right? In some incidents, we can't flag what we're doing in an active incident because people are on social media. There's a lot of back and forth. We need to be very mindful of not just the investigative side, but the safety side, right? Not just for the officers, but for the rest of the community. And so our priority is if we needed to evacuate people, we do that first, right? And we just tell people, stay out of the area. There's a large police presence. We're doing our job. So I wanted to make sure that people understood, to me, it's not confusing. I think we're very clear in terms of this happened at this time, this happened at this time, and then this is the resolve of it. Sometimes when I do read things in the media, I think I was quoted in one of the papers saying that, we'll release the information when we're ready to release it. Yes, which, I think everybody knows that. I think that goes without saying that when the department is ready to release the information, we release it, right? We have to make sure that you are contacting the state's attorney's office. In this instance, the Kane County State's Attorney's Office did not, and they are not going to file charges against a 79-year-old. And again, that is the decision of the state's attorney's office. But until we call and make that decision, have those communication with people, we can't say that yet. And if we just say half of information, we like to be as thorough as possible when we finally say, here's what happened. So in that case, like I said, I wanted to make sure that people understood and for the future, right? That if you do see incidents that say large police presence in the area, please allow us some time to do our job. We will update as soon as possible. If it's an active threat to the community, that it's an active shooter, an active, we absolutely will say that. And I have said that for many, many years. And so, I think that, and this is the great part of the show is that I'm able to say some of this stuff, right? And let people know, when you see our armored vehicle out on the street, and I always say this, our armored vehicle could be going to an incident like this, right? Where we have SWAT officers highly trained who are handling what they need to handle. Or we could be going to a community event, right? Like if we're not posting something about, the armored vehicle at in a location, they're there for something other than an active, police incident. So I wanted to make sure that I'm more than happy to take any questions, even next week, if people want to, have any questions. But I wanted to make sure that I had an opportunity to go over it.
Yeah, we're only down to about 2 minutes. I guess we spent too much time talking about me. But
that's okay. It's good for you.
I have a quick question regarding that, and I'm not even sure you can answer it that amount of time. But is there a cut and dried rule? That's not the right word, but cut and dried law, whatever statute that allows someone. What allows someone that has a FOID card to be allowed to shoot somebody that is in their house? Is that if someone is in their house uninvited and someone has a gun and they have a FOID card, they can't just use it unless there's some sort of a threat, right?
So that is the determination of the state's attorney's office.
Yeah.
So that is situational, right? So if you are in your home and, in this instance, the Kane County state's attorney will look at all the facts of the case. And that's where the work of the detectives come in to get to the specifics of what actually occurred during that interaction, right? And so then we let the state's attorney know, and they say, yes, we're going to charge, or no, we're not going to charge, based on whether or not they think that they can meet the threshold of aggravated battery, attempted murder, whatever they think it fits.
So there is a little bit of a judgment in there. It's
Absolutely.
not just a cut and dry.
No, it's the facts of the circumstances of the case. What led up to the encounter. Was it something that just happened simultaneously with another thing? Was there a break in between, the action or whatever the case may be? So it's situational, and that's where, and that's a great question, because that right there, you have to allow the detectives the time to do their thorough investigation. Because as I've always said too, we only have the minute we say something on social media, that's it. And we can't go back and say, oh, sorry guys, that's not really what we meant, right? So for me, it's always better just to wait until we have it, right? Just be patient with us. We give enough where we say, just stay out of the area. Yes, you'll see SWAT officers. Yes, you'll see, an armored vehicle. You're going to see a lot of people, but give us a little bit of time. So each case is situational, and that is the determination of the state's attorney's office, who will determine whether or not it meets the threshold of the law, and whether or not, they can. Probable cause is one thing, and then beyond a reasonable doubt is another, right? Probable cause allows us to make an arrest. The easiest way to, I describe this to my students in my criminal justice class. Probable cause is 51% that you think that person committed the offense. Beyond a reasonable doubt is what the standard that the courts use, right? And that's what Jamie Mosser is looking at in terms of, this case and situation. So more than happy to answer any more questions next week or anything like that. Yeah. But before you go, Mark, thank you for everything that you've done for the police department. I've enjoyed our time here on Friday mornings.
I have too.
Don't be a stranger. I'm sure you'll be back. I'm sure I'll see you around. If you're going to be in South Elgin, I don't know what you're going to be doing in South Elgin, but, maybe I see you. Maybe, we'll see each other. So
we'll keep in touch.
We will keep in touch.
Yeah,
so
I'm sure we'll be doing this again at some point.
Absolutely. So, yes, thank you for everything you've done for the police department. And I wish you, whatever it is that you wish for, right? I hope you're happy. I wish you happiness.
Well, thank you.
Yes.
And it's been great working with you too. So we will talk to you soon.
Absolutely.
Chief Anna Lally and Fridays with the Finest. We're already in our commercial break on the radio. Let's take a break here on YouTube, and then we'll be back with Steve's show, Steve Thorne and the Senior Community Spotlight Show, in just a couple of moments.
Do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes? Are you being audited or investigated? Has the IRS sent you a letter demanding payment? You may not owe what they claim. Make this free call to the tax doctor now. Let them negotiate with the IRS on your behalf.
800-234-0316. 800-234-0316. That's 800-234-0316.
The Moose Lodge 799 in Elgin is a place to connect with family, friends, and your community. Moose Lodge 799 is conveniently located at 925 South McLean Boulevard, and they offer fun family activities, exciting community service projects, and live entertainment on the weekends. Moose Lodge 799 opens at 2 p.m. Tuesday through Friday and 11 a.m. on weekends. For more information about becoming a member, call 847-741-0799. Moose Lodge 799, where you're more than a member, you're family.
This is the Chef of Love, Chef Jannard, TV host and restaurateur. My grandparents harvested their land to sell food and shared its overflowing bounty with our community. Grandma said, for every yam we pick, we give one away. In the world they cultivated, I love preparing and eating dinner with my family on Sundays. When our resources changed, food assistance programs sustained us. They gave me fuel to start my first culinary business at 16 years old, and inspiration to donate the extra food in my community. Through my life, I've developed an appetite to work with others to ensure everyone has access to the nutritious food we need to thrive. Together, we can help end hunger. Come on, join the movement with Feeding America by volunteering, donating, and advocating. Learn more at feedingamerica.org/act now.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
It is 9:34 here at WRMN AM 1410, WRMN Radio on YouTube. What a morning, and I didn't realize this show was already starting, so sorry about the few seconds of dead air there. Steve Thorne is here with us. It's the Senior Community Spotlight Show, followed by Music Memories. Matt's going to take over during Music Memories today, but I'm here for another half hour with Stevie T. And good morning, Stevie T, and welcome to your show.
Hey, hi, everybody, and happy Friday. And Marky B, the last time you'll hear me say hi, everybody, with sitting next to you here in the studio. We've spent a lot of time together.
Man, I know. How many thousands? I wonder how many shows we've done together. It's been a lot between this show and Elgin Time and every other time.
Well, you think about this. We're on the air about 240 days a year.
That's about right, yeah.
That includes, that's actually, it's the station's on all the time, but I mean, as far as during the week, Monday through Friday, and then even taking a couple weeks off and a miscellaneous other couple days off, I figure that's probably a pretty good average, 240 days. So that's how many days you're on. And of course, with Fridays, we got basically 52 of them, and then there's some Tuesdays. So it's a heck of a lot when you multiply it by 9 years.
Yeah. So probably, I don't know, 400 or 500 times maybe, something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
It's a heck of a lot, my friend.
It is, buddy.
And it's sure been enjoyable.
It has been. Thanks for all the information that you've shared and educated me on about Elgin over the years. I really appreciate that. It's really helped me to become more a part of Elgin over the years, because I had come back in 2015, and even though I grew up here and went to Elgin High School, the true history of Elgin and a lot of things about Elgin I didn't care about when I was in high school, and I cared about more when I got older, and you taught me a lot about what's happened over the years, so that's
cool.
That's been good.
I got to get you a little more involved now with the History Museum.
Yeah.
And next year, going to their gala.
Yeah, I know. I still haven't gone.
We'll work on it.
I see great pictures every year, though. It looks like a great time.
It really is. It's so fun, and so much neat history for Elgin there. I think I've mentioned this before, but I don't know if you even knew this. Do you know that one of the protocols for all new recruits that join the Elgin Police Department, they go through a 2-hour class by Rebecca Miller over at the Elgin History Museum so that they know the history of Elgin.
I think that's a good idea.
Very much so.
Yeah.
You bet.
I think that's a good thing. Gives them some knowledge about.
But it's not just history from years and years ago. It comes all the way up to current so that they know things, that have happened.
Yeah.
And, of course, you've been around, as you put it. I like your comment. Back when life was great, in 1978, you were 8.
I was 8, yeah.
You were born in 69.
Yeah, barely. But, yeah. A couple days before 69 ended.
All right. Well, let's do a little talk here. I wanted to give you a sheet of paper.
Okay.
And we'll see if this will work and get this going here. And this is for a song. And
9:38 here at WRMN.
You can have this
Killer
ready.
time while Steve writes.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you.
Have that ready for the end of my little talk here.
Okay.
All right, so let's start with my regular show. I'm a little off. I didn't know this was going to be the case, and I've been diligently working since 5 this morning. And I'll start it again for one last time with you. Hi, everybody. Steve Thorne here with another Community Spotlight program. I'm joined here with our wonderful producer and the host of the morning show here on WRMN, Trustee Marky B. Well, on with the show. And listeners, as you know, I always like to start out each week's show with a dedication. Most often a memorial, but sometimes to a living person or persons, or even a place or an event. My individual dedication today is a little different. It's interesting. I think you will all enjoy it. Here's the story. WRMN came to be in September 1949. The station continued to grow, and in December, it was time for their first Christmas broadcast. Then came the 29th of December. They were preparing for their first New Year's program. Little did the station know that 20 years from that day, something happened that would make a huge impact on the station. What could that be? Well, I'm going to tell you what that could be. A little boy named Mark Bialik was born. That's right, December 29th, 1969. As a little boy in this area, he ended up moving away. Then he came back, had long summer vacations in Germany, and when at Elgin High School, he became the kicker on the Elgin High School football team. As time moved on, he became involved in radio broadcasting and eventually had a show in Memphis, Tennessee. He made his way back to Elgin and was hired by Elgin Broadcasting to host the morning show here on WRMN. The voice of the Valley. He was the voice of the Valley. Everyone started hearing his on-air name, Marky B. Marky B soon became the morning voice that so many people came to start their day with. Many listeners called in. Many came to events he co-organized. He grew the listener base, and the morning show was Marky B and whatever else and whoever else. He added outside tables. He co-founded Spaghetti Palooza. He co-founded Stevie Palooza. He presented nicknames to listeners. He brought people together that would never have met otherwise. He did fundraisers. And he was the co-founder of the now famous First Responders Fest. He has become the person who has touched thousands of lives, and always with fairness and expressing kindness and positivity. He's brought a new light to local politics, including serving himself as an elected official as an Elgin Township trustee and making a difference for so many in the township. He also became involved in the senior center and helped their gatherings and events, and he gained many listeners. He began each day on air at 6 a.m. with the Pledge of Allegiance and the national anthem, just like years ago, with so much patriotism. Marky B has been the morning show voice and the voice of WRMN for 9 years. Some say we are the sum of the people that have touched our lives. In our lifetime, we cross paths with thousands of people, most of whom they inevitably have to part ways with us. But some stay. Still others leave a permanent mark. We miss the people who are no longer present, relive the moments over and over, trying to hold on to a fleeting part of ourselves. I know I speak for thousands, Mark, that waking up next Monday when we turn on the radio and it just won't be the same. To that, my friend, I speak for all the listeners and humbly say thank you. Thank you for starting so many people's day with a positive attitude and giving so many people their first smile of the day. You will be missed, my friend. WRMN will move on, but will never be the same. Everyone wishes you all the best in this next chapter of your life. And I hope you know that you are more than a morning voice. You are a friend. I'm glad to be your friend. I hope our paths continue to cross for the rest of our lifetimes. Cheers, Marky B. Here's to you from me and from all.
Well, that's very nice, Steve. I was going to try not to cry, but I think you made me cry a little bit.
Well,
it's been 2 straight mornings. It's been hard not to cry, but you brought out the tears. That was very well written, and you reminded me of a lot of things I forgot about over the last few years that I have been a part of. So I don't take a lot of time to reflect on things, I don't think, and maybe it's good. I just keep moving forward. I don't think about the past so much, but to have you say those things is nice. It's been a part of a lot of different things over the last several years, so it's been great. We'll just see what happens moving forward.
Sure. Well, and then I got a song there that I thought was appropriate for the times that we shared doing music shows and musical groups. One of my favorites, my favorite band ever, if I had to pick one. But the song epitomizes the fact that it's not really goodbye. It's goodbye being the morning show host, but it's hello to a new chapter.
Yeah.
So after my words and accolades to you and tribute to you for all you've done here at the station, let's cap it off with this classic tune from the Beatles, Hello, Goodbye.
You say yes, I say no. You say stop, and I say go, go, go. Oh no, you say goodbye, and I say hello, hello, hello. I don't know why you say goodbye, I say hello.
Hello, goodbye. Goodbye, hello.
Now say hi to all your other friends.
All right. Hi, everybody. There it is.
Yeah.
I've got a button that says, hi, everybody. I'm going to get one made that says, "Hi, Margie B," and give it to Margie B as a remembrance of the time we shared in the morning. We've sure had a lot of fun, and we'll continue to do that. And, of course, I still haven't ridden in your cool van.
No.
So
we'll get together soon.
That sounds like a deal.
We'll take a ride in a cool van, and then we'll have a Ham's beer together. On the Wing Mansion porch. How about that?
I've got plenty of them.
Okay.
Well, and that is, your lifestyle is going to change because you're going to...
I don't know. I've spent a lot of times over the years doing a lot of prep work to make sure I was trying to be ready for every morning show. So
sure,
and that'll be different. Probably for a little while, I won't miss that. I won't miss that because it was something that always lingered on my mind. Like, man, I got to do this and I got to get ready and I have to make sure. And part of it was, honestly, without trying to sound so simplistic, I didn't want to suck. I didn't want to suck, and maybe I didn't have enough confidence in myself to be able to wing it every day, so I made sure that I came in here with material every day. And there were days when I was tired and I didn't have a lot of just natural energy, so I had to rely on that material. And there was other days when I felt great and I didn't need the material. And so you got to be ready for both of those types of days.
Well, and you know, one quality you have is that for some reason, if there wasn't any material, you were able to handle it. You were able to handle your show in a wing it situation. There were times when you had a scheduled guest and they didn't show.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, now what? Hey, the radio doesn't stop. The broadcast goes on. And you gotta wing it. You gotta do what you can.
First shifters had a lot to do with that too, because even on days when maybe there wasn't a lot of news or something fell apart during the show, a scheduled guest that didn't show or whatever, it seemed like I always had comments that I could turn to from first shifters on YouTube, on the text line, or when people were texting me personally or by phone calls that always helped me get through it. So
sure.
It was always a nice crutch to have these great listeners.
You know, that phrase, first shifters, is also something from you. So
yeah,
that's the first shift. What is the first shift? Hey, ask Marky B. He created it.
It's a first shift. Yeah, it's actually kind of something I stole from a radio show in Memphis where